What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinima, and survival horror discussion, updates on the Ward, and more. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich, Alec Funnel,
My pronouns are, oh yeah, and come here a minute.
what? And Carmen De La Cruz.
I got Lally.
Good job. Good job, everybody.
We've done it.
We've done it.
We did it. Okay, good night, everybody.
Is the chat. There we go. So Gamescom is this week, so we have a lot of news to talk about today, including two that might be a little bit spicy. So strap yourself in for that fun time.
Strap
Oh,
yourself
strap on.
on. Yeah.
Put on a strap
yourself
on,
in
get
for the
ready.
Spicy. Okay.
Yeah,
HR.
so we're gonna just jump right into what's been going on this week, and then we'll dive into some news. But this week we're gonna be talking about disappointing remakes, new survival horror games, lots of collector's editions, Baldur's Gate continuing to do a bunch of great things, and much, much more. But before all that, hey Jess,
Hi.
what's going on?
My
How was
tongue
your
is
week?
blue.
What?
I think you should see a doctor about that.
My teeth are blue too.
Wow,
Hi.
are you
Hi.
turning into a Smurf?
No. Maybe. What?
What?
Hi.
Smurf it.
I don't think my week's been super interesting. I ordered a bunch of crap because birthday's coming up, and also I wanted crap, so I got it. I played some games.
Yams.
So I always forget which one it is, but I played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I think. It's the one with the redhead guy, Cal. And I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm not super far in, but I'm enjoying it so far, so I think I'll have fun. And I played some more Forest. I'm on day 87. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's the last trophy I need, so I'm enjoying my journey. Sometimes I go in caves. Still haven't found the flashlight, but whatever. At this point, I've built like a huge little like fortress area.
Like you're 84 days in and you never got a flashlight.
Nope. Nope.
You'll probably get on the last day.
Yeah.
No, I'm at the point now where like I'll literally run through the woods in the dark with my like spear, and when those fuckers come at me, I'm like, rah, rah, rah. Like I just like I chase them away now. I'm not even scared of them anymore. There's like 3 of those spider dudes, and I'm just hitting them with fucking bow and flares.
Question: Does it give you experience point? Do you level up, or are you just as raw?
You're just this dude.
Okay.
You're just this dude. I've done me and Alex trick to get down to the bottom of the giant pit where we built a a zip line from one end to the other, and then we just let go and land in the water puddle, which is great. So I just keep going down there for no reason. Other than that, I don't think I've been doing too much of anything else. I don't think I've watched anything interesting enough to talk about. I probably have, but I don't think I have, so I probably haven't. Doomsday is on my list to watch probably tonight or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow, because I like watching
What is
movies.
that?
Doomsday. You haven't seen this movie? I wrote it down so I could watch it. Doomsday.
I've seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
it
seen
sounds
the
doomy.
box. I've never seen the movie.
It's
Did
so
I
good.
spy with my little eye a Zom?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're like cannibalists. Like yeah. And it's the girl that looks like Kate Beckinsale, but it's not Kate Beckinsale, but actually was in Underworld as a character that Kate Beckinsale's character looks like. It's so fucked. But yeah, that's my plan. I guess I'll go straight to show and tell. I got 3, but more than 3. But one of
What?
them is 3. Listen,
I have
okay,
3, but more than that.
I got this thing.
What?
I got this thing this week that I got as like, okay, I got this week as inspiration, motivation, whatever to get. This in chat to get a PS5 because I'm now decided I want one. I bought this.
Yay!
And I'm glad it's still in the plastic because I accidentally spilt my drink earlier and a little bit went on it. So that's exciting. And then I wanted to show and tell something from the box from Lee. So I pulled out. It's like these are like metal little metal posters. They came with little stick-on things, so you can put them on the wall. It's got Horizon.
Are they disc plates?
It's got, I guess so.
They're so shiny.
I know. I'm trying to. Well, they're metal.
Metal posters.
It's got
There has to be a
Horizon,
word for
Forbidden
that.
West, and it's got Tomb Raider.
Tampareda.
Tomb Raider. Yeah. So they're super cool.
Yeah.
Those are so cool.
Yeah. And they make me think a little bit of the metal one that you sent me of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And then another show and tell. I don't want to show everything from Lee's box, so that's the Lee box one. The other one is the shirt.
Spoil the video.
So I found this shirt on Redbubble. I bought it. It was supposed to arrive next week. It arrived this morning. So super excited. Fits really well. And it is super cool because it is Horizon Park.
That's so cool.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I was so excited. And I was so happy when I got it that I sent like a positive comment to the person. I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And it fits super comfy and like it's soft and it's awesome. Yeah. I love both those things. So they put them together and I was super happy. I'm also very hyped up on sugar. So get ready for that.
No one would have noticed.
What? But it's so obvious. Okay. That's my week. Carmen.
Okay. My week was pretty good. Again, it's busy because I've been doing a lot of, I'm going to keep saying this for the next couple of months, I think, but a lot of family stuff. So I've been busy. But I got back into some games and I didn't play any new ones, but what I did is I did a little bit more of Revelations. I was very happy with that. I was stuck for a bit last time I played. Actually, when I loaded up the game, I loaded right into a boss battle, and I was like, fuck, because it's been like 6 months since I played, or 4 months or something since I played. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? But I got through it with a little bit of help, and I'm now on chapter 12. So I'm very excited about that, which is, I think, the last level or chapter of Revelations. So I'm going to finish that up.
I don't know how people can do that. Like they stop playing a game for like 6 months and then just pick it right back up where they left off.
No, I can't do that. I have to start again.
Hell no.
You know,
if it's been more than like 30 days, like I'm done.
But see, I get tired of having to redo the whole thing. I do that a lot with shows. Like it'll have been so long since I watched a show that like I'll feel like even though I'm trying, my goal is to get to the end of the show and like watch an entire series. I end up having to restart it. So that annoys me because at the end of it all, I'll have seen like the first half of the show like 4 times and the last half of the show like once. And so it feels a little uneven and so forth. But games, I feel like it's not so bad. And one thing I love about Revelations is I think that you hate it, Sean, but that previously that thing that comes up and says previously on Revelations, this is what happened. I love that shit. I love it.
Well, I mean, for a situation like that, it's kind of nice because like you can actually stop playing and then get a recap and pick back up. But for a game like that, you should just sit down and play it and like enjoy it. But I don't know. Like it made sense to do it on the handheld because it was a portable experience. So it was built to pick it up and put it down and just kind of consume it in pieces. But when they put that in like a full-blown console game, it bothers the shit out of me because it's like you're watching a movie and like every 10 minutes or so it's like previously, like it just takes you out of the experience. It ruins it.
The only thing that bothers me about that, and you say, like, well, you should go all the way through it. Dude, if wishes were horses, we'd all be eating steak. Anybody know? No? Okay.
Revelations is a good
That's a quote from Firefly because the
It is a
actual
good game.
quote, the actual saying is, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. but Jane Cobb from Firefly.
Mhm.
He says that because he'd
wow,
rather
that's
kill the
funny.
horse.
Thank you. You helped me. You did. You don't know you helped me, but you did help me. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So, Jane Cobb being a selfish motherfucker who doesn't think ahead, he'd rather kill the horse and eat the steak than ride the horse. But anyway, but the thing that annoys me about Revelations, the only thing when it comes to that previously and this, that, and the other is that you cannot skip cutscenes. That bugs the biscuits out of me.
Oh, yeah?
I need to be able to skip them.
Does
But anyway.
it bug you that you can't also just like pick cutscenes from the menu like most games? Does that bug you? Because that bugs
I hadn't
me.
tried that.
That's bugged me a lot.
I haven't looked into
What do you mean?
the more options.
You can't just go to a library or something like in other games, like
Mhm.
collections, and watch the cutscenes. You have to
Mhm.
like say somebody was like doing like a project with it or something, I don't know, and you wanted to like you have to save at every fucking chapter and play
Mhm.
through the chapter to get where you want. I'm just saying, it's say like hypothetically it's somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so tell
mean,
me about your
most games
struggles.
don't give you like a cutscene viewing
That one should.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I played that. I don't think I played anything else. I think, of course, I always have the intention to, but I have not. And all that I've watched this week, the only thing I've watched is Xena. My tongue is orange now. But I have Xena Warrior Princess thanks to Jazz, and we mentioned that. But I'm on season 2 now, disc 3, so like a little bit more than halfway through season 2. So that's beautiful, love it. Been listening to some audiobooks, but nobody cares about that. And from a show and tell, and so this, okay, so anybody remember this? Because I only have old shit, right?
Yeah, that classic game, American Idol.
Idol for the PlayStation 2. So I used to actually play this. I used to actually love this. But the Konami microphone that they it's by Konami. Hey, Konami. But the Konami microphone that they had that came with it like broke almost immediately. It was just absolute trash. But since it's just a USB plugger in, I might try it again. And then I thought, well, do I really want to resurrect my PS2? Not really. So I was looking for some good karaoke games for Steam. And I found one that's cheap that has mixed reviews. So we'll see. And if anyone has a karaoke recommendation, that'd be great. I have the 360 and the PS2 and fucking Steam, and that's it.
How do you have the PS2 and the one game that you buy is Karaoke Idol?
No,
You should be getting like these Resident Evils and.
I bought this like 20 years ago almost. I don't know. Whenever it came out is when I bought. Well, no, probably I bought it like a couple years after that because I don't remember paying full price. But although it's been so long ago, I wouldn't remember possibly. But anyway, so the point is I do have some other games, but this caught my eye today, and I was like, well, let's resurrect that. And then I was in a singing mood. But also, I got some earrings, and it's very hard to see, but they are adorable, and I got these for free. I found them not like in a gross way, but not in a gross way. But again, I
found them in a McDonald's restroom. It was amazing.
No, you know how
different
I've mentioned that I live in a community of artists, and sometimes they'll just how people like give stuff away, like stuff that they don't want or whatever. So in our community room, there's a place where people leave stuff that they don't want anymore. I got this, and I got like a thing for my cats. But this was brand new in the package, along with a bracelet in the package. It was brand spanking new. And I did sterilize it beforehand anyway. But that is my week. That is my show and tell.
I just want to point out, Von Letterman is listening to us on the road. I like that, Sean, you responded with, oh, thanks for watching us on the road. But they're driving. So
Oh, jeez. Hey,
I'm assuming they're driving. So
Yeah, I was
Think
going to point
about
out.
that.
so thanks for
I've
listening
done
us on the
that.
road. If you're, and also they love Xena.
And stay safe and don't touch any buttons.
But after that, they commented
done
in the
that.
chat. So
Mhm.
Oh wait, yeah. If you're how are you typing? If you're driving, wait,
Probably a stoplight. Probably a stoplight or pull over.
You're not supposed to text at a
Or-
stoplight either. How was your week, Al?
Yeah.
Or-
Also, Survival Horror Fan is watching on his new tablet. Their new tablet.
ooh, a new
Or-
tablet.
Or
Yes. Or Vaughn actually crashed, and like instead of making sure that he was okay, he was like, "I'm watching
like
you guys listen on the road."
slow motion reaching
I'm
for
a
like the
little
9, the
concerned.
button number 9 on 911, just like scroll. I'm watching.
I'm-
Yeah.
I'm a
Oh
little
wait,
concerned.
the word is live.
Like if I get in a car wreck or whatever, God forbid, and like you're incapacitated to where you can't turn off whatever you're listening to, and I can just imagine myself getting in a car wreck, and they're trying to rescue me, and they hear the Wardcast playing, like
Or like chapter 2.
yeah, or audiobook, or
Or Barbie girl.
Good thing I don't listen to spicy audiobooks on the road because
I just like my car goes in a ditch and I'm like rocking out to Cotton Eye Joe, and then like paramedics show up and they're like rushing to try to open the door, and then they hear it and then they're like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, start
See,
dancing.
this is why I don't listen to spicy books on the road, by the way.
My brother died to this song.
All right, so Alec, how was your week?
Mine's sort of short and sweet. I played Gran Turismo 7.
Seven.
Grand Theft.
And I actually played new to me Halo Infinite.
Why?
Was it infinitely better?
Why?
I mean, I was looking at the graphics and it's just like, yeah, it's no different. It's like there's no right. Okay, so there's one couple new things. It's like, yes, it's open world, and you have the Master Chief has this kind of like ball and chain thing you can throw, like, and now I can climb off fucking walls. But it's like, because me and Kyle will play it at the same time, and it's just like, I'd
Does
rather
it have
just
RPG
jump.
elements too?
Kind of.
Of course it does.
So it's like it's okay. I think I'm enjoying it more because I'm actually playing it with a friend. But
More like hell no.
it don't impress me much. So yeah. Show and tell. I haven't played this game, but I did pick it up a couple of weeks ago. It's called Broken Pieces.
Broken Pieces?
If I can get rid of the player, there we go.
It's so shiny. I've never even heard of that.
Get a refund if it's broken. No.
So, Broken Pieces is an award-winning, action-packed investigative
Award-winning.
and adventure game. Elise and her fiance dream of a quiet, slower life along the peaceful French coast. The dreamy town of Saint Exile turns out to be anything but idyllic in this psychological horror-themed thriller. And it has postcards!
Postcards. Deal.
And another one with a bear!
Oh, it's a bar.
Why
Wish
is there
you
a
were
bear?
here instead of the bear.
You're not a bear.
That's a good point.
It's a necessity.
Nah,
Nah.
So yeah, I shall
The candy.
I shall have to give it a go at some point, but either that or just send the game away with the postcards. But yeah,
With the
Sure.
postcards.
how was your week?
it was weeky. It was a weeky week. I watched a couple of. I think I watched a lot that I don't remember because before I started doing the notes and everything, I'm like, oh my god, I have so much to talk about during my week, and then I did all the news, which took me like all day, and then like I went to think about like what I was going to talk about for my week, and I couldn't think of anything. So
Good job.
yeah, but I remember a couple things. I watched Oppenheimer again, and I watched Firefly. I started putting that on again for when I'm passing out for the night. I watched a little bit more of Is It a Zombie? I'm almost done with that. I think I got like 2 more episodes, and then there's like a short OVA. I watched a documentary about American gladiators for some reason. That was interesting. I watched Love and Monsters. That was really good.
I told you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Finally.
It was. And I finished Undergrads as well.
Nice.
That ended on a cliffhanger, and I don't appreciate that.
Whoops.
Oh well. How it be.
Now you'll get all the
played-
jokes that I'll make about it.
Yeah. I beat and platinumed Hellblade. Not that that's saying a whole lot. There's one trophy that you have to go out of your way to get. Everything else is story related, so it's not like, it was a difficult platinum, but I got it. So there's that. It was really good. I liked it a lot. I really like the second half of the game, like the soundtrack. It's like 2 different people made the soundtrack for that game. Like the whole soundtrack is good, but like at the halfway point, like towards the end of the game, the soundtrack gets really, really good. It's weird.
It just wants to say they legitimately did that for Detroit Become Human.
Did what?
2 different soundtracks. There's like a whole soundtrack for Kara and like a whole soundtrack for I forgot which one. If it was Marcus or Con. Anyway, it's just saying they can do that because they do that. So yeah.
Doo-doo. But yeah, I really like that. Looking forward to the second one. I did a little bit of research on that game too, because I was kind of, after beating it, I wanted to look at the second one that's coming up. And Ninja Theory, like, it was really interesting because they came up with this whole technology of like instantaneously scanning an actor's face in, and like it immediately turns that into like a in-game model that they can reskin and completely manipulate and animate. So like this kind of goes back to the whole writer's strike thing and people being afraid of AI and stuff like that. Like, I mean, the technology is already there. Like Ninja Theory has the tool that they could use like today to replace actors. Like it's crazy. And the graphics are like photorealistic. It's insane. But I don't know if it's like secret, because like nobody's talking about it. Everyone's like, yeah, AI is getting close to the point where they can consistently replicate actors and blah blah blah. But like Ninja Theory already has it. Like just use that. Like you can start doing that today.
It's not so much AI technology as scanning technology and
well, that's what I'm saying. Like they literally they took a phone, they put it on a tripod, they had somebody speak for less than a minute, like 30 seconds. They got all the data they needed and they were done.
Yeah, and then they get all the mouth movements for like they probably have you say like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog or something, so that you get like all the vowel sounds or like all the combination-y sounds, and then like
not even. But yeah, it's just crazy that technology exists, and it's like really impressive. We could start doing that today, and that's kind of a scary concept.
Because people can get exploited like a whole fuck ton. It's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, until I saw that, I thought we were kind of a little ways away before we had the technology to do that, like within a reasonable budget.
Yeah, I'm podcasting
like
right
AI
now.
tools and stuff like that. It's
yeah, I just muted my.
It can be pretty expensive
You
to
did
do
not
like
mute your mic.
traditional CG and stuff like that. But if you just use Ninja Theory's technology, like it's quick, it's fast, it's flexible, it's easy.
Oh yeah.
That thing could become mainstream immediately, and they could sell that and make a shit ton of money. But that would be so damaging to actors and just to the industry. So it's just kind of scary that exists today.
Well, remember, like how they say about technology in general, just think about what the consumer market has, and then like just add like 10 years or add like double that or whatever. And that's probably what they have in places that we're not aware of. That's probably what the industry has the businesses have, even like the military, when it comes to like general technology. But
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
just think about the motion tracking and stuff that we have with like VR, not VR, but like motion tracking with
Can I interrupt you for a second? Just say there's a crow right now, right here.
A crow?
There's a
Crow?
legit crow.
Oh my goodness, they can talk. You can teach them stuff, and they will bring you trinkets and so forth.
You should keep it and put it in your Resident Evil collection.
What?
Oh my goodness.
I felt
So
like that
village?
was interrupting.
Is it domestic?
No.
Thanks for showing me the crow.
He'll be in my room all night.
Satan hasn't even noticed him.
Is it someone's pet?
Why is
Or
it
did
here
you
again?
just like
Because the animal sanctuary is closed.
The animal sanctuary is closed, and it was attacked by a bird or something.
oh
wow.
Yeah.
shit.
Its name is Edgar Allan Crow, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you can teach those things to talk, and it's really, really creepy and stuff. But yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I was trying to get through Hellblade, so I didn't really play anything else. Been working on my computer again. I found some stuff. I found another hard drive that had a bunch of stuff that I thought was gone. I found all of the Village. You mentioned Village. All the Village footage that I recorded, for better or worse.
See, I told you that
I
you would
found
find
my
stuff.
backlog of all my dual stuff, like a lot of really important stuff that I thought that I lost.
That's
So, yeah.
fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm still missing some things. I still got a lot to go through, but I'm still missing like the Castlevania footage and a couple other things. But I think they were all on the same hard drive, so I think I'll be okay.
Do you
Fingers
have
crossed.
the missing Wardcast episodes?
Yeah, they should be on that hard drive as well. But again, I still have to go through it all and make sure that it's all there, but hopefully it is.
Because we're missing like 7 episodes.
7.
Well, some of them are already uploaded. I just have to post them, but yeah, not all of them are. Some of them are just sitting on the computer. They need to be edited. But yeah, I'm working at it, getting there slowly but surely. But things are looking good. Things are looking go and tell.
I'd love to go back and like
Show
watch
it.
the news and be like, oh yeah, that's already out.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be
Show
talking about
it,
shit
show
that's, like
it.
2 years old. But yeah. This actually just showed up from Limited Run. The collector's
Shredder's
edition.
Revenge!
Shredder's
Oh my
Re-
gosh,
Shredder's
with the
Revenge.
original Turtles and the original
Yeah,
April.
It's really cool. It's
The
got lots of
turtles.
goodies.
Are you gonna
Tw-
open it
Twitters.
up?
No.
I
bought
like
the-
photos.
Well, this game came out like almost a year ago, I think.
I will
So
play
like
with you
I
if you
bought
open
it so I can play it. I didn't play it, but I bought it so I could play it, and then I can just keep this sealed because I have a regular copy of it. But it's really cool. Like I don't know if any of you guys were Turtles fans, like when you were kids or whatever, and they made those shitty Turtles action figures, but there's like a replica action figure. So like if you had like a whole collection of those old school Turtles figures, like this one is designed like as part of that line, so you can kind of add it to that collection as like an official unofficial addition to your collection. Just kind of neat. But yeah, it's got a whole bunch of shit in there, and I got
A reissuance.
River City Girls. It's so reflecty. This is
Oh.
like a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it comes with two like they're action figures, but they're kind of like those
Paper doll kind of things. They have different faces
not
you can
paper
swap
dolls,
out.
but like you know those
Fashion
figurines
dolls?
that you get for like when you're drawing and you can pose it and stuff like that. They're
Yeah.
they're kind of like that. They're super posable, and they have tons of points of articulation. They have different like hands and faces and shit. It's weird. Like why I don't know why they made such elaborate figures for this, but it's just kind of a neat little Japanese collector's
You know
edition
why they
thingy.
came up with it.
Oh no.
Wow. Alec, no. Don't do this.
I already did.
But yeah. Yeah, some little old collector's editions.
Mhm.
And yeah.
That will never come out of the package.
No, they're collector's edition.
I don't care.
You
I want
don't
to
open
pull
them,
it.
you
I want to
collect
take
them.
it out and touch
It's in the
it.
name. It's in the
I
name.
want to touch it.
What are we talking about, Carmen?
Figurines. Or literally anything that comes in a box.
What is happening?
Literally anything that is packaged in a box.
Again.
Literally anything that is boxed. There we go.
Again.
How?
You can put anything in a box.
I was singing that. That was me.
Live recording.
That was my favorite.
What is this? What? Oh my god! Time for some news.
I like the yell too. Oh! It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. I have so many files open right now. Give me a second to find the one that I need. There we go.
Wait for it. There we go.
Oh, it's a little baby.
Why? Okay, that's fine.
To represent
Fucking
right?
no, I don't like that. It looks
It's loaded.
stupid. I know, but it's all fucked up. There we go. That's better. Yeah. So we keep coddling babies, and there are concerns for Metal Gear Solid. Oh wait.
Those two things do not belong
I
together.
mean, I can see it, but
Oh wait. Wait a second. Wait a damn
keep
second.
coddling Metal Gear Solids.
Metal
and
Gear
there are
Solid
things for
babies.
babies.
We need an intermission. Yeah.
That was the wrong one.
Technical difficulties screen.
Technical disabilities.
Hey,
It's not showing all of my images for some reason.
I have how dare you?
I mean,
diarrhea?
why are you surprised at anything that I
No.
say?
I do not have diarrhea, but I do have technical difficulties. Or
Disabilities.
disabilities.
You do have
yes.
technical difficulties.
I have technical disabilities also.
Oh, there we go. Is that it?
That in
Well, everyone else saying anything, sure.
God damn it.
Well, the first picture did say obey.
We can imagine it.
I mean, honestly,
Just tell us the
it could have
news.
worked for what I'm going to talk about, but that's for something else.
Nothing is scared.
Nothing is secret.
There we go. But yeah, we keep coddling the babies, and there are concerns for Metal Gear Solid because of that.
Babies should not be playing Metal Gear Solid.
Exactly.
Or coddled.
No, you
Or
should
live.
have more baby.
But yeah, you know how the world is super sensitive and everybody gets triggered by the stupidest shit in the world? You know that happens on the regular?
Sometimes it's regular shit. Okay.
It's regular shit that what?
That they get triggered by.
Yeah. It doesn't take
No, I
much.
mean, okay. Anyway.
Well, to accommodate the sensitive souls who can't be bothered to avoid things that upset them, companies are going back to older content and slapping disclaimers on it. Warner Bros. Has done this with Looney Tunes cartoons, and Disney has been a huge proponent for this. They've gone back to many of their older animated movies on streaming services and placed disclaimers on them, such as this gem for Aladdin. The disclaimer reads, quote, "This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong
They're
now.
wrong now.
Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney is committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of the human experience around the globe. To learn more about how stories have impacted society, please visit, and then they have a website.
I actually love that because
www.pornhub.com.
no,
That would be amazing. It's like it's a
love that.
troll. The link is a troll.
Yeah.
Sean, I actually
Then I would
love
support
that
it.
because that is better than like censoring or taking down the stuff. Because I hate the censorship. But the fact that they just
shouldn't
put
do
like
it
a little
either,
blurb
though.
up there. No, they just put a little blurb up there. You can ignore it if you want. You can read it if you want. It doesn't impact once the movie starts. It doesn't impact the movie watching itself. That's why I like it. It's not like they put. You remember those VH1 like bubble things, like the bubble commentary that comes up when you're watching a music video or anything. Like if they had popped up a bubble while I'm trying to watch Aladdin, saying like kids don't treat the homeless this way or something like that, then I would be pissed. I'd be like, okay, get your shit out of the way of my enjoyment of watching like Aladdin, do one jump ahead of the da-da-da.
Well-
But the fact that they put it either at the beginning or the end, probably the beginning of the movie, fine by me. I don't care. Because you can watch it or you could skip past it. It's okay. Yeah.
Well,
It's good.
first off, it's at the beginning, and it does affect it because it frames it. Before you watch anything, it frames it. It puts a label on it, right? It's going to, especially with how sensitive people are, that alone is going to be like, oh, fuck, what am I in for now? It's going to set an expectation, and it's going to color the way that you experience the film. You're going to be looking for things to happen. And when they do, it's going to affect you in a bigger way.
I mean, it may or may not, because I could look at it and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I can say that. Just like a rating, whether it's rated R or rated G or whatever, I can choose to like read, okay, it's rated PG-13 for strong language.
That's not the
this
same
and
though.
that.
When something is rated something, it's telling you what you're like. No one gets triggered by an R rating. You know
I
what I
do.
mean? It's like this fucking has violence.
I'm like,
No,
I hate the letter R.
This
Well,
is
no, I mean,
made
like-
specifically to coddle people who are
No,
super sensitive about this shit.
No,
Because honestly, if
dude.
you're not overly sensitive about this, you don't give a shit.
I mean, to be fair,
No, all right,
the
like
Aladdin
Song
movie
of the
should
South?
have a a warning like that.
yeah. Like Song
But
of the
Warning.
South, which they might have taken all the way down. I don't know, but that was some fucked up shit. I've
Warning,
only seen
the
clips.
remake contains Will Smith as a genie.
Oh, the remake
Oh,
movie. I was
yeah.
thinking of the original with that Jafar line.
No, the original.
It is for the
Oh.
original, not the remake.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't remember any Jafar line, but I remember like Jafar was trying to get with Jasmine. He was, wanted her as a sex slave, basically.
There's a line that he says to Jasmine. He says, "You're speechless, a fine quality in a wife."
Oh yeah.
It's
And
a
just like-
horrible
just like-
line, but like
Hunchback of
that's what
Notre
that
Dame.
cult. That's how it was there.
The
Yeah,
Hunchback
and
of
that's
Notre
the thing,
Dame,
like,
choose
it-
me or you shall burn. He's like this burning desire. He wanted to bone.
Everyone in Disney wants to bone someone.
Wanted to bone
Bone.
Esmeralda. What was his name? The evil friar guy. The not friar, but what was his name?
Ronald McDonald,
Frodo was
Pinocchio.
Friar John.
No. Who was the bad guy in the purple?
In the purple?
Wall Grimace.
No, like
Grimace.
Hellfire,
Gromus.
choose me or you shall burn.
I've never
Who's
seen
that?
the movie. I don't know.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That
Don't make me Google it.
You and your fucking Google. Anyways, now this trend is hitting video games and it's impacting the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. According to Games Radar, the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection will consistently prompt a warning throughout each game via a message that says, quote, "This game contains expressions and themes which may be considered outdated. Player discretion advised."
It's
Not
fine.
once, multiple times
Is it during
across
the?
all.
Is it
So
during the gameplay?
Probably before any problematic scene, you're gonna get that warning, is what it sounds like.
If not, hopefully they'll do it like at the opening. You know how on the opening splash screen of like most games they say like warning to photosensitives and the photokinetic. I don't know. It's something. It has the word photo in it and then a K, like phonokina, whatever. It's like the people who have this disorder, and also photosensitive people, and also people like prone to seizures. Warning: this is going to have flashing lights, and like they put that up on like games and movies and shows and stuff, and that's fine.
One time, not consistently. You don't
Okay,
see it
so
multiple times.
speaking from someone that used to have seizures by looking at flashy lights,
Mhm.
when I was a kid, I was watching my older brothers play Time Crisis, and that had flashy lights. And it's like I don't recall seeing a warning at the start of the game saying you might fall over.
They have a warning for Pokemon, and I think it was the original on the Game Boy. I'm not sure. Maybe not the Game Boy, but I haven't personally played a lot of Pokemon, and I remember that warning. Or they put it on in front of. I think
It's not really
Pokemon
the same thing.
anime.
We're talking about like something that affects your health and something that affects your perspective. Like it's different. But yeah, so like this also most likely means that the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that they're doing is going to be modified pretty substantially. So that's going to be great.
Yeah.
But it's just like how did the human race become so ill-equipped to navigate life? Like
I don't think it has.
it's just
I think
like
it's being
no, it
more
has. Like
acknowledging
if
of
you don't
things.
like this thing, avoid it. You don't like
Yeah.
blood and gore, don't watch movies, don't watch horror movies, don't watch violent movies, don't watch things with blood and gore.
Culture and the entitlement has taken over to where nobody can have freedom of expression at all.
Yeah, freedom is going away. Like
Freedom
pretty quickly too. But like if an old movie includes
disagree.
content that is offensive to you because it was released in another like less sensitive decade, or is old enough to have legitimately been like culturally offensive or something like that, like that is an opportunity for you as a person to use your fucking brain. Like you can easily identify like older content like as you're watching it and use
Not everybody is your
common
age.
sense and
Not
critical
everybody.
thinking to comprehend and separate the past from the present. You know,
Yeah.
we should have the past intact to learn and grow from it, and we should use things like that as tools of growth and understanding. Like you shouldn't be going back and modifying it to accommodate a more sensitive society. Like you should be using that to strengthen people and to reinforce
Yeah.
ideals and teach learning, critical learn. Like, you know, if you watch something old, like you can tell when something is old. You know, it looks a certain way, it feels a certain way, the quality is lower, right? So you're watching this older content and something problematic pops up. That should trigger something in you, not in a oh god, how dare they way, but in a way that's like, oh well, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you know, what was going on during this period, or like why is that there? Like it should be an opportunity for you to learn and grow, not just this is fucking bullshit, Disney's garbage,
Take
fuck
it down.
everything.
No one
How
should see
dare you?
this.
Yeah,
But
like
you're
that,
doing
but
the same thing
that's
in the
what we're
opposite way,
creating.
Sean.
What?
You're doing the same thing in the opposite way. You're saying this
How?
is bullshit that they're acknowledging the you're saying it's bullshit that they're acknowledging the bullshit that had been in the past. Not everybody. I agree that we should all use critical thinking skills and learn and so forth, but you've got to remember that not everybody is coming from the same place. Not everybody comes from the same background as you, so not everybody, not everybody's your same age. This may be, for us, watching Aladdin it's been out for like 30 some years from my perspective, or 30 some years just period. But from my perspective, I grew up watching Aladdin. I think it came out when I was like 11 or 10 or something. But like I've been watching, I've known that it and its themes exist for like the majority of my fucking long, the majority of my substantial life. But if I was just like a little bitty like 17-year-old or 10-year-old or like 22 or something, and I'm just watching this for the first time because I'm might be into like vintage TV, and I'm like, let's check this out. And I don't know that this stuff is going to be coming up, and I'm watching it and I'm like side-eyeing it hard, like,
but the issue isn't that people can't see it. The issue is you've seen it. You shouldn't be like, take it down from Netflix, take it down. Nobody should ever see this ever. I think what Sean's saying is like, this should prompt people to be like, okay, like I want to read up on how things were in this era and see how we've advanced from that.
True.
And if it hasn't, then there's a problem. But like,
I think one of to add to Sean's point is like being able to distinguish history from current values and stuff is similar to being able to distinguish like fictional from like real life or documentary or type stuff, like if you're watching like a fictional account of a historical time, and I don't know, maybe there's a historical drama where they have, I don't know, cell phones or something, and you're like, okay, like a lot of this is, neat and historical, and you're seeing how things were back then, but cell phones just absolutely weren't a thing. And so you have to acknowledge that like this is taking place in an alternate universe that is like completely fictional than current world times. And I guess it's a little bit like that. But like acknowledging it, I don't see a problem with acknowledging it. Like just putting a blurb up there, unless it interrupts, like Sean was saying, they might do with Metal Gear 3. So.
Well, the thing is, it's more of a problem with the younger audience, which, hey, guess what? That's the target audience. So like the kids are probably going to watch that on their own, right? So if you frame it this way, like society influences the way that children think pretty heavily to be judgmental and sensitive to this kind of stuff. So they're going to see that warning and be like, oh, this is fucked up. I'm going to be on the lookout. Like when these things happen, it's going to be overblown and it's going to be singled out. They're going to be looking for these things and they're going to be blown way out of proportion, and they're going to hold it against the movie or whatever. And that's probably going to be it. If you didn't have that and you have that same kid watching this that's in what's going on right now, that'll probably make that kid go to their parents and be like, hey, mom, dad, whatever, I saw this, like what's going on with this? And then the parents they're given an opportunity to help their child learn and grow and perceive that in the proper way. And that's great for the family, for them to have an opportunity to come together and learn and grow together. That's good and normal and healthy. And that's how children should grow up and grow. But we're robbing people of that, especially children, because we're doing shit like this. And instead we're negatively impacting things, and it just ends right there. There is no conversation. There is no research. There is no understanding. It's just look at this bad movie that has these bad things. Hopefully you enjoy it. And then that's the end of it.
Well, let's say I have 2 points to that. Number one, that's assuming that this child has parents to begin with, let alone good parents. Like they might be being raised by, I don't know, drug-addled people whatever. Who knows? Like who knows? I know that like the parents
for minorities.
Say what? What about minorities?
So you're catering, in this example, you're catering for the minorities.
No, I'm just saying that we can't assume that. I mean, it would be nice if everybody was like had a loving family and there was like room for discussion and talk and whatever. but that's not guaranteed. You don't know who your audience is going to be. You might have a good general idea because a show or movie or game is geared towards this set of people, this demographic, but there's no guarantee who actually will consume that shit.
But that's
anyway,
what the rating should be for. There's a rating on the box. You see the rating. Oh, it might have content that my child will get what is too young for, or that I'm not ready to talk about with them. We're not going to watch this movie yet. We're going to wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to have a second point, but it's kind of builds on the first one, so we're good.
We'll move on. Alec, I kind of cut you off there. Did you have something you wanted to add real quick before we move on?
Nah, let's move on.
Okay. Still on the note of Metal Gear Solid real quick before we get out of this. There's a little bit of information as well that came to light too. In addition to releasing the collection on the PS5, Xbox Series, Switch, and Steam, there will also be a PS4 version. However, it appears to be digital only and will release at a later date after the other versions come out. The Master Collection has also been confirmed to have a targeted 1080p 60 frames per second output on all platforms except for the Switch, which is kind of fucked up. Switch will run at 720p 30 frames per second in handheld mode and 1080p 30 frames per second docked. No version of it will have 4K output, which places this port in the realm of the Red Dead Redemption port nonsense that we talked about last week with a $60 price tag. This is essentially a port of a 2012 HD collection, only basically swapping out Peace Walker for the original PS1 Metal Gear Solid, which is not a great trade, in my opinion. Or you could compare it to like the 2013 Metal Gear Solid Legacy collection, which had even more content than the HD collection. So you're losing even more content compared to that. But like either way, this is a step backwards for a higher price tag, which is fucking bullshit. Looks like we're starting to see this happen more and more. Like this is starting to become the standard, it seems like, because we have like this, we've got the Red Dead Redemption thing. We had the Grand Theft Auto definitive version or what, like we're going backwards. Like doing the HD remakes was already kind of problematic, but now it's like we're not even bothering to do the remake part. We're just porting.
Okay, so one little thing is, Peace Walker is going to be on Volume 2, right? The thing with Metal Gear Solid 1, that never came onto a physical disc since, because when you get the Legacy collection, that's just a download. Yeah. So to me, it's worth it just to get Metal Gear Solid on a physical thing.
I agree with you, but it should be in addition to, not like a supplement. Like, why are we losing a more, like a newer game with more content, which would be Peace Walker, for a game that's, twice as old? Why not just have them both? How big is that Metal Gear PS1 game? Like, it can't be that big. Like, they couldn't put that on the disc and a PSP game on there too. Like, they're separating these on purpose to get more money. And again, it's like you said, like, okay, it's going to be on Volume 2. Well, the first one's already too much. It's $60, and then we got to spend another fucking $60 for Volume 2. Like, that's just way too much money. Like, most, if not all of this, we already got for $60 in the Legacy collection. So why do we now have to pay $120 for the same thing?
For the convenience of not having to get the old console, pull it in, and then that's the only reason.
Exactly, it's for convenience, 100%. That's just fucked up. But yeah, my bigger concern is that it seems like this is starting to become a trend of like, hey, we're just gonna not even bother with remakes anymore. We're just gonna do ports of fucking 10, 15-year-old games, and we're gonna charge you full price. It's not a good progression. All right. Good. I have 30 images open right now, so I have to like go
Is
through.
any of them cute?
It's not all news, by the way. It's just
like porn.
It is porn.
Okay.
Lots and lots of porn.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
And it's weird when I have so many images open, it doesn't want to display them all. So I have to go through.
Because some of them are naughty.
There we go. Wait, yeah, there we go. Share, come on.
Woo-hoo.
Is it coming up? There we go.
What year was it?
We're bringing back the Atari 2600.
Yeah.
We're bringing Atari back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because for
When
me
was
to
the
play
last time you played an
Ataris-
Atari game? And if you
I
did play it,
never
did you enjoy it? Probably not.
I had ColecoVision.
Like these games have not aged very well. Like
Well-
it's honestly at this point it's like pure nostalgia. Like if you grew up with it, you can kind of appreciate it. But these games are pretty shitty, like almost to the point of not even needing to preserve them.
Well, let me tell you what, Mr. Collector. Let me tell you what. I had my ColecoVision, the very first video game system I ever had in the 80s, and I think the ColecoVision came out in like 82 or something. And I loved that thing. And even though I only had like 8 shitty games and only played like 3 of them, I loved that thing. And I would have kept it. I would have kept that move after move after move like I did with my Super NES, except that it got caught in a flood. Now, I love that they bring back these original things because just because. I guess.
Well,
So,
see,
wait, did I have a point?
Carmen, I'm sorry, but like you're part of the problem. Like, I
Hey,
don't mean to be a dick,
but you're
but
a
like
collector.
you could literally like if you wanted to do the right thing and feed into people's nostalgia and you wanted to preserve these games, all positive things, you could literally put every Atari game that ever existed on one disc and be done with it. Doesn't need a console. It doesn't need Atari Collection 1 and 2 and 3. And it's on the PS4. Now we're bringing it for the PS5. And now we're bringing it. Like, just do one. We just need one. Put it all on there. Everybody's happy. And we're good. Like,
we even need one.
It's just, yeah, like even that's questionable. But there are some people that would appreciate it. So like, yeah, put it out for them. Like, why do we have so many iterations of this? It's crazy. But like, especially this, it gets a full console. But yeah, so the Atari 2600 Plus is a slightly smaller re-release of the original console released in 1977. This iteration comes with an HDMI output. Again, why? Why do you need this to be in HD? It's going to look worse.
Because a lot of newer TVs.
It's accessibility. I get it, but still, it's kind of silly to output these games in HDMI is like ridiculous. Like you're not going to see or be able to appreciate it. It's straight accessibility. But again, it goes back to just
a second. Yeah.
Just put out a TV may not have RGAs anymore. Or
again, you know how you fix that? Atari Collection on the PS4. Boom, we're done.
No, look. I get that. So when you said slightly smaller, that bugs me because like, here's the thing. If I wanted the original, if I had ever played an Atari and I wanted the Atari, like I have my ColecoVision, they put out a few years ago a ColecoVision that has like 40 games that is, like a replica system. That's like it's all emulated in there, so there's no cartridges to put in. It just plug and play, right? And I have that thing, and unfortunately they don't have any of the good titles because the good titles were licensed by Nintendo, and they didn't get that licensing. That's beside the point. The point is that it's okay, but it's not the exact same size. If I wanted, I want to be able to, like, the joystick's one thing. Like having that original joystick, being able to touch it, being able to remember it exactly as it was and not be an actual antique. Alec.
What?
I see you being obscene. Like if I want to see like everything as close to the original as possible, all the little dials in the same place, the same dimensions and everything. Now, if they had it for itty bitty small, like very much smaller, like the Sega Genesis re-release, that little bitty thing, which is also a plug and play. No, the that size is a novelty. But the fact that it's just ever so slightly smaller, that just annoys me. It's not original then.
Or you could just not release this. So let me get through this real quick and you'll see many reasons why this is a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so HDMI output, not necessary. It also comes with a 10-in-1 cartridge with a selection of original games. Again, like, why have a cartridge with 10 games when you can have a disc with all of them?
Yeah.
Or 10 cartridges. What? Okay.
I mean, honestly, with the technology and the way people modify things, I bet you they could probably make a cartridge and put all of the games on that one cartridge, and then you have both. You have all the games, and you have like the feel of, oh, I get to put the cartridge in, like everybody wins, but again, money. The system also plays the vast majority of past Atari 2600 and 7800 games, which is cool. It's, you know, it's an actual Atari system, which is neat. There will also be a new cartridge released for the system called Mr. Run and Jump. They're making a brand new Atari 2600 game in 2023. What the fuck? But yeah, it's a pretty neat novelty item, but guess how much it costs?
$500.
$2,300. No. 180. No. 250. No. I sent you this article and I don't remember.
$130 for this thing. That is insane. Controllers are $25 and the new Atari game $30. Like,
No,
it's a fun
why?
idea, but the asking price is way too high. And again, this doesn't even really need to exist. It exists for a small audience that can appreciate something like this, but it needs to be cheaper for it to be accessible and desirable. And again, like, we just, why? There's better things that we could be making.
Because to touch it.
If you really want to touch one of these that bad, you can buy the original hardware. That's going to be
But then it
way
might
more
not work.
nostalgic.
Then it may not work because it's like
Ask
34
any collector.
years
That's
old.
part of the fun, is the hunt. You know, hunting it down and getting a good, you know, Atari that's in good condition that works. Like, that's part of the enjoyment of that nostalgia. So like,
Yeah.
this shouldn't even be a thing. But if it's something that you're interested in, the system, the controllers, and the new game all launch on November 17th. If you want to pick one up for an outrageous price, it's too much money.
I'll get 5.
7.
Nice.
6. Oh,
Wow.
I don't want 8
Why not?
because that's too many.
This one will be a quickie.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with a cookie.
Not a cookie, a quickie.
Yeah.
Starfield is too damn long, apparently.
Giant alien butthole.
According to Bethesda's head of publishing, Pete Hines, Starfield doesn't even get going until the main story mission is complete. The main story is estimated to be around 50 hours, and Hines stated that by the time he beat the main story and the game really began, he was 130 hours into it.
How? And holy shit.
See, and this is the thing. It's going to be too big. It's going to be too empty. And it's, why? Like, condense it. Make a rich, detailed world full of things. Like, I bet half that time is just running around, running from place to place to place to place. You know, like, anybody that's played these Bethesda open world RPGs can attest to that. So like, instead of just making it bigger and bigger and bigger and like rehashing the same quests over and over and over again, like, just consolidate, bring it in, like, reel things in, add more detail, make it pretty, you know, make the quest like a vast like variety of different things that you can do, just enrich a smaller, more contained thing. You know, you can have a pretty big open world that's not massive, that takes, you know, a lifetime to get through. I feel like a good middle ground, like even The Witcher 3 is kind of not, it has problems, but I feel like that's probably one of the better showcases of like how to do an open world. Like, there is a lot of variety. It is big, but it's not like obscenely big.
Like Horizon.
Maybe I haven't played enough of that to have an opinion on that.
Are you saying Horizon's perfectly big or obscenely big?
Perfectly.
I feel like
It's full.
Assassin's Creed kind of implemented this problem.
Yeah.
Because like they just kept trying to get bigger and bigger and bigger, but they weren't like adding new elements to justify having a larger world. They were just like, you're going to collect 4 billion flags and you're going to do this rescue mission 862 times. And it's like, God, I don't like, I don't want to do that.
Were they trying to make it true to scale?
Maybe, but again, is that necessary? Like,
no.
If you're doing it to scale, then you need to be realistic too, right? You're doing it for the sake of realism. So can you actually do that and justify it or not?
So with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, if they're doing it to scale, getting from one end of the UK to, let's say, the Midlands would take a bit longer than, I don't know, half hour.
Yeah, like I think it was a racing game, maybe like a Horizon or something like that. And that was kind of one of the selling points is like, oh, it wasn't to scale exactly, but it literally would take you like to drive from one end of the map to the other, like, I don't know, like an hour or something like that, something stupid. And yeah, like that's cool, gimmicky thing, like that's neat. But do you really want to do that? Like if you have a quest on one end of the map and you're at the other, do you want to drive for an hour to go do that mission? No. It's a video game. Like you need to compromise. You need to make sure it's a video game first and build around that. And if you can make it big and interesting, great. But like they need to reel it in and be more realistic about it. Things are getting a little bit out of hand. And I don't know. Starfield isn't out. This could be irrelevant. Maybe they did that. I doubt it. But you never know. But yeah, just seeing that like gave me PTSD of trying to complete all the Witcher stuff because like that took me forever. And this seems like it's way bigger than that. Like, no. No, thank you. Plus all the DLC that I'm sure they're going to release. Plus,
now it can take you longer to get to your destination.
Yeah, we actually slowed it down. We took away methods of transportation.
Oh no, I would rage.
For the sake of realism.
Yeah, be more realistic because isn't that fun? You play games to escape your real life.
It's funny too because like a lot of people shat on Red Dead Redemption 2 because they went a little bit overboard on trying to make it too realistic. Like there's a line there and you need to make sure that you're not crossing it. Yeah, realism is cool, but it needs to be fun too.
It's not Cowboy Simulator.
Right.
See, this is why I haven't played the latest WWE games. It's just boring to me now.
Is it too like simmy?
Yeah, it's just like what? Yeah, if I wanted to watch wrestling, which I do like watch wrestling, I will watch wrestling. I don't want to play watching wrestling.
Yeah, it's like if I want to drive across the country, I'll just go do that for real.
I want to climb up a stage and fall straight off it and be completely fine 5 seconds later.
Right. I want to kill robot dinosaurs. I'm just going to go outside and kill.
Yeah.
Kill real robot dinosaurs. God.
First you have to build the robot. Then you have to build the killing.
What?
Tormented Souls 2 has been announced. Developer Dual Effect revealed the sequel to the cult favorite survival horror title via a brief and, to be honest, underwhelming trailer. It's funny too because the trailer said, I can't remember how they titled it, but it was something like extended reveal trailer or something. Nothing happens. It's like a minute and a half. There's nothing extended about it and nothing happens in it. So it's like, again, like something that really irritates me is like how you frame things. It's like if you have a title that says massive extended cinematic trailer and it's none of those things, you've already failed. Like why would you frame it that way?
Clickbait.
Yeah, exactly. It's about getting them clicks. It's about them money dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, however, the developer did give us a few bits of information about the title and kind of what to expect. The protagonist from the first game, Caroline Walker, will be returning for part 2 as the lead. Survival horror combat and puzzles will return, as well as resource management. Basically sounds like you can expect everything that the first one did, but hopefully better, hopefully a little bit more polished. I'd liked the first one, but it was it was a little janky. It felt like it was kind of a small team that maybe didn't have the resources to really make a highly polished game. So maybe they'll get a little bit more funding this time and they can do a little bit better of a job at it. That's kind of how I felt about Remothered. Like, I liked it, but it was missing polish. I don't think any of you guys even played this game, right? It's just me.
Nine.
Yeah. It's old school survival horror, so like you can kind of deal with the jank a little bit because you're used to it, but it would be nice to see like a old school style survival horror game that also has the polish. Do the B movie dialogue and shit like that. That's totally fine, but just make it feel good. Make the controls feel nice. Make it look pretty, things like that. But
Make the weather look nice.
yeah, give me good rain. All right. Make the
Yeah.
rain look amazing. I want to feel the wind.
But like good kind of fog, the fog that kind of comes out of your mouth when you're.
Make it take
You're
4
breathing.
hours for me to fucking get from the basement to the second floor. All right. But yeah, so Tormented 2 is so far only confirmed for the PS5. They didn't even mention anything about Steam, which was kind of weird. And it is set to release sometime in 2024. So if you like the first one, there you go. More of that coming soonish. Got another survival horror thingy, which is always good to see. Maybe. There we go. Post Trauma gets a gameplay trailer. We talked about this one a little while ago. This old school style survival horror game was announced back in December of 2022 and looked pretty promising. Now with trailer 2 showcasing more gameplay elements, we get a better look at what to expect from the game, and it looks really promising. This is kind of like all the things I complained about with Tormented, like this seems to be doing properly, so that's good. Post Trauma looks like a solid mixture of Silent Hill and The Evil Within, which is kind of an interesting combination. And it has almost every element you'd come to expect from like a PlayStation 1 era survival horror game. It's got fixed camera angles, puzzle elements, limited resources for combat. It's got a really good soundtrack, which is always good to see. Very important for a good survival horror game. And to top it off, it visually looks good. Like the graphics are actually pretty nice. My only gripe so far is the main character. You can see him in that image. He's like just like this generic, like older, heavy set guy. It's just like I assume they're doing this to make it just seem more realistic or something like that. But I just give me a character that's interesting, like artistically, make something that's visually fun.
Make him hot.
I feel like that's something that we, especially with horror, like we're getting further and further away from. It's like it's dark and bland. It's kind of like what they did with the Resident Evil remake characters. It's like, oh, we want to make them look realistic, and in doing that, they lose their character. Like they change their outfit, and it's less visually appealing. And like every game that comes out, every horror game that comes out, you have this like bland protagonist that's just like Joe Schmo. Like, I miss the good old days of survival horror. Claire's fucking bright red fucking outfit, and Leon's stupid jumpsuit and things. Like, I just have fun with it. Make interesting, visually appealing characters. It's way more fun.
I kind of feel like more like nowadays video games are becoming more like copy and paste. So like let's hire someone to get their likeness. So copy and paste that rather than actually doing an art piece.
Yeah,
like making a character from head to toe.
That's part of it too. Yeah,
True.
It's true. They're like, it's becoming less of an art form and more of like they're just hiring people to do it. Like it's just actors rather than like an artistic design. But yeah, it kind of sucks. But the game is currently slated for PC and console for a release sometime in spring 2024. And it does not look like there's going to be a physical release, which really bothers me. But it's becoming the norm. It is what it is. But I do have a short trailer to check out real quick. Yeah, here we go.
This guy looks familiar.
Perhaps you've seen him in real life.
Maybe.
You know?
Just do what I say, Roman.
I mean, it's sufficiently silent. I mean, like it's giving Silent Hill, like, you know.
There was a giant alien butthole.
Yeah, those are always good. You always need one of those.
Stick
Yeah.
grenades in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I hope it's not garbage. But we'll see. God, there's too much news. I'm sorry.
No.
As I get through these, it should become a little bit smoother, hopefully.
It's not the same.
There we go. Immortals Phoenix Rising 2 is still canceled. But now we know a little bit more about what could have been. Some information about the canceled title was released on a website called Axios. Not very familiar with that, but I guess it's a news site. Immortals 2 was codenamed Oxygen within Ubisoft and was going to take place in Polynesia with an island aesthetic, ditching the cartoon look for something more realistic and focusing more on action. Yeah, right. We were just talking about that. And focusing more on action with little to no puzzles. The game would have included an environmental theme, allowing players actions to affect the land around them. You would be able to earn tattoos according to the player actions, which would grant them elemental powers, including shape-shifting. Overall, it was shaping up to be a much different experience than their original game, which may have factored into its cancellation. So yeah, I don't know. Like, would you have even been interested in that if they had put it out like that? Like, it's not, like, it doesn't look the same. It's like more realistic looking, and it sounds like it plays different. Like, it sounds like it wasn't really going to be the same.
I mean, I haven't played like the DLCs or whatever that they made, except one of them, because it wasn't Phoenix. Like, it was different characters, and one of them was like from the over the top, like top view or whatever. So maybe not.
Does
like,
that matter?
The first one was really good.
Because didn't you created your character though, right? Yeah, I don't know. It just they do this all the time. Like, if you're gonna make a sequel, just like give us, we want that itch scratched. Make it like the first one, at least to some degree.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, the DLCs that they made, like the first one, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the same character, Phoenix, who is like now, like, it's just mostly puzzles, and it was pretty cool. And then the other two, there was one that was based off like the lore of the Chinese gods. So it wasn't Phoenix. Like, it was still like the same game, but like a whole different universe of gods. And then they did another one. I don't remember what it was, but it's just like, it seemed like they were just like Age of Mythology and like those games. They were just branching with like, oh, now we could do this, we could do that. And when they changed the game style from the over the top view, it's not even like, it's
they changed the way that it played in the DLC?
Yeah, they said like
wow.
Well, in one of them they said that it was top view. I don't remember what it's called, what the style is. I guess so. It's like me actually trying Lara Croft Go and then being like, this is why I didn't play Lara Croft Go. It's the name is there, but the game is not, and it's I don't know. So I feel like if they made it more realistic and they took away the puzzles and like they're taking away what made like I have a hard time describing Immortals Phoenix Rising because it's just so like it's very Zelda like, but it's just so like it's like unique in its own style that it's hard to describe it. In the cartoon aspect like makes it really good, and so if they make it too realistic, then you're just playing I don't know, you're just playing another generic game with superpowers.
Yeah,
It's
it goes
charm
back
is
to what we were
lost.
talking about. Like they have this desire to make everything super realistic, and it's like not everything needs to be that.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to have RPG mechanics. Not everything needs to be open world. Not everything has to be super realistic. Like
I need to get back on that
variety.
game. But that was
Please.
just
Not
to
you.
basically answer your question of probably not. I wouldn't have played it if it wasn't canceled.
See, you should feel a little bit better about it because you probably would have got it and hated it and been disappointed. But now
like
you have
something
fun-
else. Well,
Now you have fond memories of it. So like
I'm
it'll
gonna replay. I'm gonna do some like let's plays.
it'll live in your heart forever and ever.
It will because it's awesome, and also I still have your green mustache character, so she's still on there. And yes, I said she.
That's all.
What?
Yeah, Sean
See?
wanted to try it, so I let him play through SharePlay, and he made a character with green mustache.
Mustache.
Mustache. Where's my
Is that her
big
name?
brother?
Mustache.
But still has like the voice. I'm a human.
Don't you?
Persona 3 remake, now called Persona 3 Reload, might not be what fans hoped for.
Yeah, they wanted a
Anybody
remake.
here play Persona? Probably not.
Nope.
Mm,
God
feel
damn.
like
Where's
I-
Dante?
Yeah,
Need
where
Dante
is
for
he?
this one. He's a poopy pants.
Wow.
He's got shit going on.
He's right behind you,
I
isn't he?
feel
Oh,
like I
shit.
borrowed someone's gameplay.
But yeah, until the upcoming remake, the only way to play the highly praised original Persona 3 was on the PS2 or the PSP. So when a remake on modern hardware was announced, fans were pretty hyped. Unfortunately, this remake has some caveats. The remake is built from the ground up with what looks like the Persona 5 engine and will include some minor quality of life improvements, new voiceovers, a new soundtrack, and new cutscenes. However, this is stated to be a reimagining, and we all know how that fucking goes. So it will likely be taking a lot of liberties. Being that this is a modern day reimagining, we're also likely to see some massive censorship, being that the method of summoning a persona in Persona 3 is done by the character shooting themselves in the head. I don't think that's going to translate very well in today's climate.
Right?
There's no chance
Dang.
of that staying in, and it's a major component of the original, so I don't know how they're going to pull that off. Imagine in Final Fantasy, every time you cast a summon spell, your character has to shoot themselves in the head. Like that's what this is. That's what Persona 3 is. Like you summon these monster things by literally just pulling a gun out and boom. But yeah.
So
It would make Aerith's, death scene look
Weird.
a little bit dumb. It's like, oh, Aerith stabbed again.
They put
Oh, Aerith stabs again.
they put the gun up, and like right before they pull, there's a warning saying like there might be some content that your child will be.
Yeah, they're probably gonna like cut away, like they'll pan down or some dumb shit.
There's just like the
Fucking-
birds flying away. Whoa!
Yeah, it's
I like
fucking
the
candy.
birds.
Candy
I
comes
like
out.
the birds.
What you say?
But it's just dumb. Like they explain like they're not actual guns that they shoot themselves with. It's like this special thing that so like you can
a gun
excuse it.
computer.
You know,
thing.
it's like I don't know. It
Well,
should be
then.
fine. We're just too sensitive.
They change it to the birds shooting themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, they released 2 trailers for Reload, and both of them conveniently don't show any of the methods of summoning a persona. Wonder why. Like there's a couple moments where you see guns, but yeah, I think they're just not gonna
They're just
like
water guns.
they'll pan away or some dumb shit.
They
In
just-
addition to all that, Reload has been confirmed to not include any of the extra content from the re-releases, such as Persona 3 FES and Persona 3 Portable, which means no female playable character, and all the story elements that come with that. No added prologue chapter for one of the characters, no added difficulty modes, and a ton of other content that they added in those 2 versions. They're not going to bring any of that back. And finally, After all that cut content, how much are they selling this for? $70.
Oh,
Seven.
damn.
And that's even for the PS4 version. That's not just current gen. Fucking
wait.
bullshit. So exciting. And there's also going to be a collector's edition. Let me get a picture of that fucking thing.
Is it going to contain everything but the game?
It does have the game. I'll give it that. I guess the collector's edition is exclusive to GameStop, so that's always fun. And it's already sold out. So there's that. It's been open for a couple of days and sold out immediately. But the $200 collector's edition comes with a Persona 4 background music set, an Aegis figure, which is the girl right there, physical copy of the game at least, so that's good. Collector's box, soundtrack on CD, which is getting less common, so that's kind of nice to see. An art book and all the launch DLC. And the game will be releasing on February 2nd next year if you want to pick it up. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll probably buy it when it's like $20 or something. Like I like Persona, but I know this game's gonna make me mad. Like I can't stand when they cut and change shit, and that's like all this thing's gonna be is like cut, changed, censored nonsense. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll put out a couple more trailers that are a little bit more promising. Like it looks pretty. So there's that.
Okay.
Nintendo has begun taking a more aggressive stance against emulation. It's funny, I was just talking about this.
Yeah.
Nintendo has already been known to crack down on emulation. They have issued multiple takedowns for software used to attempt to emulate Switch games, as well as shutting down open source GameCube and Wii emulator called the Dolphin on Steam. Nintendo even likes to strike content creators who so much as stream Nintendo games, which they're getting more aggressive with. The next step that the company is taking is implementing de novo encryption on Switch. They mentioned that they were going to be doing this a while ago, but they've implemented it, I think, effective like 2 days ago or something. This is an emulation blocking software that developers and publishers can use on the Switch or on Switch software to prevent emulated software from working on the Switch. So they have countermeasures to work on PC games, as far as like taking a Switch game and playing it on PC, or taking a Switch game on PC and trying to make it play on Switch. So it goes both ways. They're fighting back on both. And that's for modern consoles. So like as soon as they're able to do like some kind of blocking for like NES and Super Nintendo, you bet your ass they're going to do that. Like I said, they've already gone through and took down, I think it was the most popular emulation for GameCube and Wii, which was that Dolphin emulation. So yeah, like they're working their way towards. I think it's harder to prevent emulation on like older software, but it's just a matter of time before they figure it out. If people can figure out, like just Joe Schmo can figure out how to emulate something by themselves without support of Nintendo, you think Nintendo can't do the opposite with their money and their resources and shit? Again, it just got to get to the point where that becomes priority enough for them to put time and energy into doing that. And, step by step, they're getting a little bit closer, one step at a time. So, and they're not going to be the only ones, they're the more aggressive company that's doing it. But, once it becomes beneficial for every company to look into this and stomp out emulation, they're going to do it because it's going to save them a ton of money.
Does anyone remember when DRM became a thing?
I think it happened around like the Xbox 360, PS3 era, maybe before that. I think it started with PC, but I don't know. I don't know when.
Other than taking down whole ROM repositories, I don't see.
Right. Well, I don't
Yeah.
think. Well, I don't know. Like for one, we don't know what the future holds and what kind of technology is going to sprout out. But in terms of like the way that we're accessing software nowadays, like even like Windows can shut down your computer because it's like how they force the updates and shit like that. Like, yeah, you can
Oh, yeah.
completely disconnect from the internet and be okay that way, but then you can't do anything. You can't download more emulation. You can't, you're stuck with whatever you had at the time that you disconnected. So like if you want a functioning piece of hardware, a functioning PC, Microsoft can manipulate it. And it's the same thing for like PlayStation can manipulate their hardware, and so like they can access and change things. Fucking Xbox, we're going to talk about this later, but Xbox legally can look at every text document that you have on your PC.
Just Microsoft.
Yeah, because it's their program. And when you
Mhm.
agree to the terms, which you have to use their software, you say that that's
Mhm.
okay. So doesn't matter what personal sensitive information that you have in a text document or conversations that you had, Microsoft can access all of that.
Mhm.
And it's just things are getting kind of sketchy in terms of like hate speech or whatever. Like people get offended by certain things and categorize things as hate speech sometimes when it's not. It's it's a perception of what somebody says and how it makes them feel. So if somebody at Microsoft gets offended by something that was flagged in your documents, like the fuck does that mean? Like are you violating some kind of a term, some kind of terms? Like, they could block you out of your PC because you had an opinion. It's crazy. It's crazy shit. But the point is like the environment of technology and media and all these things is going to be very hands-on with companies like Microsoft and the parent companies that can just shut shit down and manipulate things and change things based on whatever they deem appropriate.
I mean, it makes an argument for Linux, and it kind of makes an argument for people to, again, I keep saying that there's going to be a breaking point in certain technologies and everything where people will revert, where people will not exactly boycott, but they will voice their concerns and sort of money talks. I still feel like there will be a point in time where breaking point where I don't want to say that Microsoft will bust, but I mean it never will. It probably never will. They have a stronghold till the end of time, but I absolutely feel like there will be some sort of point where people are acknowledging this, and people. I'm not saying we're going to go back to pen and paper, but people are going to try and find alternative ways and whatever. Because you're right, it's right.
No,
You sign your rights away when
it's
you.
not like Microsoft is going to knock on your door and slap you in the face and be like, "Hey, this is how
That would be
things are."
so funny.
And then people are going to be like, "Oh, fuck this! I'm going to go to Linux or
Xbox
something."
gonna
Like
give it to you.
that's not how this works. Like most people, including me, like I didn't even know that was a thing about Microsoft being able to access and read your documents that way.
Mhm.
Like most people don't read the fine line. They don't read the user agreements, and they don't know what processes are being implemented and how long it's been in place. So like just gradually things become normalized and people become accepting of things bit by bit, or they become accustomed to having access to something, and then they're willing to pay whatever price that they have to pay to continue to use it. It's just like we
Mhm.
cell phones, and there's like like there's so many companies access the information and the camera and all these things in your phone tracking,
Mhm.
but everybody's okay with that because guess what? I'm not going to live without my cell phone. Like that's how people are. You can't exist without a cell phone because we created
Because we have.
an environment that relies on that, and that's what happens. Like things go so far to where like you almost can't escape it, and you're just going to either be some weirdo off the grid person, or you're just going to suck it up and deal with consequences and just be a normal person in society, even though that society might be garbage.
We've traded privacy for technological magics.
Convenience.
And Huh?
Convenience. It's what it always is.
Yeah,
It always boils
absolutely
down to
convenience.
convenience.
Absolutely. And you're right. Now we can't live without it because it is some people's actual lives, livelihoods, jobs, way that they keep in contact with like their family and stuff um for like literal safety reasons and so forth. And privacy is an illusion at this point. It really truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google is doing the same thing. Well, anybody.
Yeah.
Because-
Everybody does it, but
Yeah.
it's getting
Even
worse.
I do it.
And it's going to
I'm
yeah
fully
what I'm saying is like the whole reason we went down that road is that like we're going to get to a place where like today emulation seems like, oh, it's doable, they can't control it, blah blah blah. Well, that's for now. Like there, it's very feasible and reasonable that environment is going to change, and the companies will get the access that they need to shutter it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. It's inevitable. Meh. Sony is giving us a new PSP, but it's not what you think. Sony previously revealed a portable streaming device called Project Q that allows you to stream your PS5 games to a portable device. That device is now officially called the PlayStation Portal. It's a PSP.
have a family feud.
Like of all the things they could have
Got a
called it,
PSP.
come on.
Great.
Jeez. The streaming device comes with an 8-inch LCD screen with 1080p 60 frames per second support and a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. The Portal has all the features of DualSense controllers, including haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and touchpad functionality. To use the Portal, you have to have a solid Wi-Fi connection, though, which limits its functionality when the device is used outside of your home. Like you can use it outside of your home, but you're probably not going to get a very good connection. Like
It's not truly portable.
it's not really portable because you can't use it in a car, can't use it
So
on a
then
bus.
you can only use it at home where you have a PS5.
You could go somewhere that has Wi-Fi, and I guess you can access your network that way. I don't know how all that.
Cafes, McDonald's.
Yeah, like they basically said like a hotel Wi-Fi isn't going to be strong enough, but if you went to somewhere that had like a solid Wi-Fi connection, you could theoretically access it outside of your home. But having that environment is highly unlikely. So like you can only use this at home, basically. Like maybe a handful of other places if you have like the perfect situation, but that's not something you can plan on. The whole point of having a portable, like a handheld device is like, oh, I'm going to leave my home. Let's, maybe I have some downtime in this very specific situation and I pull it out and I play it. You can't do that with this. It's like, it's completely redundant. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. And also, given that you can stream games to your smart device, like you can stream PS5 games to a phone or to a tablet, and you can do it for free. And it works basically the same way. So, like, you don't need this to do what it does.
This $300.
And yeah, it's $200. So, like, what? Why would you buy that?
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's $300
for like controllers and basically a cheap tablet.
Yeah, it's a little silly, but yeah, if you want it, there it is. I don't know why. Please, people, don't buy this. Don't see supporting shit like this will make it so that companies do more dumb shit like this. So don't buy this. It's pointless. It benefits nobody. Well, I mean, okay, there's probably a handful of situations where it's like, okay, somebody wants to watch TV. You have one TV in the house. And then, yeah, okay, you can stream it to your little portable device. But again, you can do that on your phone. So
I suppose, like, if you only have one PS5, I mean, you're going to have more likely to have one PS5 than you are to have only one TV. And someone's playing the PS5, so you have this thing just so you can play the PS5.
Well, no, because it streams, like it directly mirrors the PS5. So, like, if you're playing your PS5 on the handheld, no one else can play the PS5. Only you
Okay,
can.
so what is the point of this?
It's dumb.
Money for them.
Exactly.
Mhm. It's gimmicky, and people that have money to burn are going to buy it because it's a new tech.
Oh,
thing.
buy 5.
Yeah, give me all of them. Just let me have them all. Why not?
Honestly, if I had all the money in the world, maybe, you know, it might be nice to like play in bed or something, but it's
Play it on your phone. If you have all the
It's
money in the world,
superfluous.
buy another PS5 and another big ass TV to put in front of your bed.
Hire Jenkins
True.
to, like,
There-
you know, manually drag the console and the TV with you. You know, just like, you're going over there.
With a
Come
little
on,
like
Jenkins,
router,
look at it.
with a little portable router.
Yeah, Lee said you can probably buy another TV for the same price. Yeah, for
That's
$200, you can get like a
Kind
pretty
of.
nice, like fucking 50-inch
Don't die.
LCD TV. Go buy that.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Alec is dying.
Alec, don't die.
Good.
Whoa.
I mean, what?
Yay, I'm dying.
Ken. Oh my god.
Can you believe it?
You
Can
make the joke.
I make a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tekken 8 gets a release date, a collector's edition, and more.
Wow.
Tekken 8 got a new trailer that showcased several bits of information. First off, we will be getting a new single player mode called Arcade Quest, which has been compared to the online fighting hub for Street Fighter 6. In this mode, you can unlock and customize a chibi Nintendo Mii style character with items from the fighter roster, like clothing and accessories. And you can go to an in-game arcade and like go like to the different cabinets and I guess challenge other players or something. It's just weird because like this is like they're comparing the single player experience in Tekken 8 to the multiplayer experience of Street Fighter 6. Like what? Those are two completely different gameplay styles. So I don't really understand. Like, is it? I guess it's like a simulated online environment, but it's offline single. I don't know. I don't get it. It sounds dumb, and that's kind of disappointing because like Tekken is typically one of the better fighters that have like a unique kind of quirky single player kind of experience. You know, they have like these weird, like kind of arcadey style, I don't know, just kind of interesting single player modes. And this one doesn't sound like it's going to have it because it has this weird arcade, whatever the fuck it is. So that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping they'd do another Tekken Force or something cool, but they're doing this weird thing, whatever it is. Tekken 8 will launch with a solid 32 character roster, which is pretty good. And of course, more is going to be added through DLC. Yay. Characters will be customizable with clothing items like in previous games, which is cool too. That's something that I always liked about Tekken, that you can kind of not decorate, but you can change the outfits and put accessories on like any fighter in the game. You can kind of customize them a little bit with weird, stupid stuff. I always thought that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I hope it's good. I like Tekken. What's up?
I wonder what, you know, other video game character from a totally different universe is going to invade into the storyline this time.
Who knows?
Is it going to be fucking Zelda? It's like, Heihachi's not really dead. It was Zelda all along.
Yeah, there is no Heihachi. It was Link the entire time.
No, not Link, Zelda.
Yeah.
And Link is also Akuma's father.
Yeah.
And Akuma.
And son.
Wow. But yeah, there's also a collector's edition, which I have an image of.
Image
Vav. Somewhere. There it is. Oop. There we go. But yeah, I guess this is exclusive to the Bandai Namco store, I think. And it comes with a physical copy of the game, which is always good to see. A Jin figure, looks like it lights up as well. A steelbook, 8 collectible cards, A Leroy Smith metal ring with velvet pouch, whatever the fuck. I don't know who Leroy Smith is. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, it's not an important character.
I don't. Is that like a? I've played all the Tekkens. Who the hell is that?
Like, I want to say he came on to like Tekken 7.
7.
But yeah, I didn't care for the character. I
Oh.
mean, it's a bit like Master Raven, and I think they've gone back to Raven now. And like, well, what was the fucking point?
They're running out of ideas.
What are they all holding?
What are they holding?
The characters are always like this.
They're smelling their fists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
like
getting ready to. Not Hadouken.
They're getting ready to fist.
You can literally Photoshop anything.
A sandwich. A dildo. It also comes with an arcade token and a bunch of DLC, including all the pre-order bonuses and the first season pass. And I'm sure there's going to be another 20 of those.
Yeah.
Any guesses on how much this collector's edition costs?
$233.49.
More than the actual console itself. It'll be hilarious.
$300.
That is very close to.
I was right.
$300. That is insane. Why?
Wow.
Why?
I like my guess. My guess
Why's it got to be like that?
Wow.
Because money dollars.
But the money dollars are stupid.
They are stupid because we do not have the money dollars. That's
Phasmophobia for consoles has been delayed. Yay!
Oh, no.
Delays are fun. Due to a fire in the developer's office building that impacted the team's ability
kind
to
of a
test
legitimate
and
reason.
develop the game further, they have decided to delay the console release of Phasmophobia from August to the week leading into Halloween in October.
I want to say something that's too soon.
What?
Was it in Hawaii?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Where?
But developer Kinetic Games apologized for the
Canada.
delay, but asked for understanding given the situation. So give them hate for how dare they have a fire in their building.
You bastards.
Unforgivable. That sucks though. I'm kind of looking forward to that. I want to play it. Though I have it on Steam and I haven't played
Now
it.
it's
So you'll get it
for the
and you'll
console.
continue not to play it.
I don't
gonna
know.
be
Like,
some weird Steam port.
I want to play games in my ecosystem because like I want to get the trophies. So like when it comes to PS4 or 5 or whatever the fuck is coming out on, I'll have more motivation to play it because I can get the trophies. I can get the platinum.
But I think we've discussed this, but Steam achievements aren't good enough for you.
Nope, they're garbage. But again, it goes back like it's the same.
Everywhere.
It's the it's the same reason like I don't like going back and forth between Xbox and PlayStation. Like I want to pick an environment and then I can get all the like I don't want to have trophies for Resident Evil 4 and then achievements for Resident Evil 5 and then Steam achievements for Resident Evil 6. Like I want a centralized platform and I can do all the things there.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 comes to Xbox. I didn't think this was actually going to happen, but apparently it was just delayed or whatever. The release date of the Xbox Series version of Baldur's Gate 3 was up in the air going into Gamescom due to issues relating to split screen play. I didn't even know it had that, but apparently it does. However, Larian Studios has managed to smooth things out and have stated that the Xbox version will launch later this year, though there's no specific date. Not only that, but the Xbox version will have cross-platform save support, which is kind of cool. You can carry your save data across Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 5, which is kind of cool. So, like, if anybody owns the game, you can continue to play your campaign anywhere. Play a little bit on PC, play a little on PS5, play a little on Xbox. That's kind of cool. That's a really good studio. Like, they're very consumer oriented, you know. It's rare. You don't see a lot of that.
Which is why people are hating on them.
Yeah, plus they fire back, which I love. Like people are trying to call them out on all this bullshit and they're just like fucking blowing people up. It's great. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
It's good soup.
Good soup. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I can actually quick access my files now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
No. Fuck.
I'm confused.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I am
Made it
so
worse.
confused.
I'm sorry. I had to.
What is this?
Lara Croft joins the duty. Have you ever wanted to play
Did
Lara
she-
Croft from Tomb Raider and Call of Duty? No.
Me?
I don't
Me?
think anyone has ever considered that, to be honest. But hey,
No,
You're getting
but I'll
it.
take it.
you're getting it anyway.
Yeah.
Yay.
Publisher
Okay.
Activision didn't give much in the way of details. It wasn't explained how you get Lara in the game or when you can do so, but she'll likely be unlockable through a battle pass, which is always a good time. $10 battle pass, and you have to unlock the content. That's just
Yay.
fucking stupid. Why did this catch
Well-
on? It's like, here's DLC that you can't access until you earn it. Like, what? I paid for this shit. Why don't I get it? I have to, like, what the fuck? Stupid.
I'm used to it because Fortnite.
Yeah. And we all know how amazing Fortnite is.
It's kind of good.
Yeah, whenever
Alright,
she
that
becomes
was
available,
sarcasm.
you'll be able to play her in both Call of Duty Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 if you care to do so.
Fuck.
I think I'd rather play
Why
as
need
the
to do
original
this?
Lara Croft than have they pixelated fucking rectangular
I mean,
things just to distract all the other players. Like,
Polygon.
the fuck
Yeah,
is that?
Polygon.
It's
I-
like the
my-
three polygon boobs.
My point
Yeah.
to Sean that I made was the Call of Duty is in first person, so you don't even get to see the character. It's so stupid. So
But
stupid.
you could
If
see
you
it in
wanna-
the lobby, and
If
when
you want to
change
see
your
her, then just
outfit-
let the other people buy the DLC and then you can kill her.
Yeah, you're
And you
just
can do
online.
that
You're
for
like,
free.
they're like, you're a motherfucker. I'm gonna kill you. Like, oh, excuse me. Hey, can you go buy the Lara Croft thing for a second?
Just real quick.
Shut the fuck up and go buy the. No.
This is the last one I have, and I
That's
ran out of
okay.
time. I had so much shit to go through today, so I didn't really
It's a
get to
baby
do
again.
notes
Metal
on
Gear
this. But we were kind of talking. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. But I got the article pulled
Ow.
up.
The baby.
Do I? I thought it. There it is. But yeah, Xbox is kind of heading down a concerning path. We're kind of talking about like what companies are, how companies are going to kind of interject themselves into your ecosystem in terms of like, oh, Microsoft can access your Windows and your documents and all this shit, and PlayStation can cut you off from your game library and things like that. This is this is going to become a more prevalent thing pretty soon. Xbox is going to be kicking this off. They're retooling their suspension policy, I guess, through enforcement stacking. And it's so complicated that it needs a graph. So that's not it. Well, that is it, but that's not what I wanted.
Can you put the picture up again? I just want to see something.
With the baby or the
Yeah.
user journey.
So that's you want the one with the babe?
I just want to see the baby for a sec.
Because his mouth looks slightly green.
Yeah, it is slightly green.
It just
Because
okay.
Xbox.
I thought it was the same picture of a crying baby the last time I hosted and had an article about Xbox. And I put
Oh,
baby
is it?
was crying. It's
Was
not the
it?
same one, but he looks a lot like
Oh, that would have been awesome.
it.
It's like the Microsoft
Xbox
baby.
babies.
But yeah, I don't know how well you can see this image.
Well, I am watching on a small monitor, so I can see it, but not exactly read it. That's a me
There
problem.
we go.
Ooh, much better.
But yeah, this is not good. So where's my image? Hold on. There it is. No, that's not it. God damn it. There it is. Okay, so they have a 8-point strike system,
Holy shit.
and depending on what you do, you'll earn a different amount of points. So profanity, so I'm fucked. If you
Shit.
swear and you're reported, you get 1 point.
Fuck.
If you're cheating, you also get 1 point. Cheating is as bad as profanity, apparently.
Mm-mm.
If you're being sexually inappropriate, which I
Fuck.
mean, that can be abused. Like when it's appropriate, yeah, that should be flagged, but people can abuse that. 2 points. Harassment or bullying, 2 points. Hate speech is 3 points.
Yay.
So again, like, what does Microsoft deem hate speech? Like, that's a slippery slope. And if
And all
somebody
that meant is Sony.
if,
That's hate speech.
if somebody gets offended because they're super sensitive and they report you, boom, 3 points. So
How likely is a person to actually like? I wonder
on, you
how
know
many
the world.
reports are like
this
frivolous or unfounded.
this will be abused, I promise you. I
Okay.
promise you.
Okay.
But yeah, so you can be locked out of your account for up to a year. 1 strike is 1 day. Going all the way up to 8 strikes is a year. So 1 strike is 1 day, 2 strikes is 1 day, 3 strikes is 3 days, 4 strikes is 7 days, 5
God.
strikes is 14 days,
3
6
strikes is a
strikes is
full
21
turkey.
days, 7 is a month, and then you go from a month to a year with 1 more strike.
Mm.
So let me remind you that you pay to play online. So
And they're not
if you
banning you
have your
completely.
year paid off of Xbox Live and somebody reports you enough times to get you to a 1 year suspension, guess what? They're taking your money and you can't play your games online. And I can't remember
Bullshit.
what this was, if it was a PlayStation thing that was coming down the road or if it was something else, but there was another company that was doing something similar to this where they could block you out of your library of games too. And actually this could be part of it. If you continually get these strikes, they, depending on what the user agreement looks like, that could warrant a ban from your account, a lockout.
I
And if
wonder if
you
it was the Atari you're thinking about.
no, and if you get banned out of your account, guess what? Your digital
No
library,
refund?
every game that you bought, you don't have anymore.
Oh.
So this is
Oh my
going to
gosh.
create a culture of people being afraid to say anything that could be mildly misconstrued as offensive to anybody. Because guess what? Are you willing to say something cheeky and risk access to, let's say you have 200 games on your account? Probably not smart. That's not healthy. Like, what the fuck? Like, we're not allowed to speak freely anymore.
Ah,
Xbox. The X stands for censorship.
Wow.
And this is
The
going to
thing that really
be
gets me is the removal of your library. Because they don't necessarily maybe have one thing to do with the other. Is it
well,
just removal of that?
it's different degrees of control over the content that you're paying for.
Mhm.
Whether we're like, it's all wrong, whether we're talking about the year of Xbox Live that you paid for that you can't use, or your game library, like none of it is okay. Like, that is not right.
I kind of feel like I should, try this out. So when I'm done playing Halo, Sean, you can report me, and Jazz, you can report me, Common, you can report me, and I'll see how far I get.
I'm pretty sure they have to track it down. Like,
Do an investigation?
yeah. Because they're not just going
I'm
to take
sure
the
they
word of
will.
everybody who's like, he
Right.
said poo poo on Call of Duty. And my mom walked in and I got grounded.
Right.
Like,
But it's still not good that Microsoft holds the power of what do they consider to be the line? What do they consider to be hate speech? what do they consider to be offensive, right? Because I feel like that's a fine line of like hate speech. We all know what that should look like, but
Or
in
what about
reality, like people are so sensitive that they will interpret things that are offensive to them as hate speech.
I wonder that kind of lends to the thing I think we were talking a few weeks ago about. I think we were talking about this a few weeks ago about, like, let's say that we're all playing, all four of us are playing, and we're like Alex says, like, oh my god, you bitch, and like totally, within the vernacular or whatever that we're used to. We're used to speaking in a certain way, and some other Joe Schmo in the same server decides that that's offensive, that it wasn't directed to him. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you
Like,
blame me for saying
harassment
that.
or proxy. I was gonna say me, but like it really, like,
It's
I don't
something
know.
I would do. I know.
It kind of is. But like sometimes people, sometimes that's just their speech where they shit talk, and it's just
Call of Duty.
yeah,
It's just like it's
just makes you
it's a
wonder.
big concern to think that companies are going to have the authority to, like, based on their guidelines that they make up, control whether or not I can use if you got an Xbox Series, what are those, $500? If I can use my $500 system that I bought and access my library of, potentially thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of games, potentially, depending on how much you game, and access to your ongoing service that you pay for every month.
I mean,
They
I can
should not
understand.
have control over that for
I
any
can
reason.
understand
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And again,
banning
it goes
from.
back to like, if you overlook this step and then we get to the next step and the next step, and then this becomes more normalized, it's a slippery slope and it gets dangerous. And like, that could just be how the vast majority are eased into what gaming is. And then guess what? Well, that's just how it is. So don't fucking say anything spicy. You better be careful. And like, you can see, like, look
Right.
at YouTube. YouTube's become that.
I'm surprised we haven't been
What?
cancelled yet.
Right. Yeah. Once I start doing machinima, it's going to be real interesting to see how far I can even go at this point. Because like, if you look at YouTube videos, like everything is censored. People don't say certain words. Everything is bleeped out.
Unalive themselves, you think?
Violence
What the
has
fuck?
like pixelation and blur over it. They don't show, like, if there's
Yeah.
cleavage or a butt crack, that's blurred out.
But the
If
thing
there's
is,
booze,
are they
that's blurred out.
marking that the videos are safe for children? Because if they're marking yes because they want a bigger audience, then they have to be censored.
There
But if you
go.
check no, then that's probably
Hmm.
why you're not having any issues, because we're saying no, these videos are not for children.
That I don't know. I feel like I don't think
The safe for
I don't
children.
think you can do that. I don't think you can get away with adult content and say it's for children just by blurring things out. I don't think that would be acceptable. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if
if it would be
YouTube would let
put
that
as
happen.
adult, because there's like the different levels of rating and
Right. But like when you put for kids or whatever, like that's its own separate category that's handled in a much different way. So like if you're putting like
It's annoying.
questionable content as for kids specifically, I don't think that would fly with YouTube. I think they would give you a strike or pull it or whatever. I don't know
even
that for
noticed it-
sure, but that's kind of what it seems like to me.
I've even noticed it with like gaming websites when they do trailers, when they put their trailers on their YouTube page, they've even blurred it on there. You think, well, the fuck?
Yeah, it's because we're creating this culture of sensitivity and censorship where we're like, everyone's too afraid to do anything that might potentially be mildly questionable.
The
And it's
babies
like,
have
yeah,
learned to type.
it's okay to censor like fucked up wrong things, but who determines that?
I think it's
to what
funny. It's
end?
like the thing in gaming is like it's trying to become more realistic, and yet now we're calling that back because that's going to be offensive because it's so.
Well, it's probably
realistic.
part of it. As graphics get more
Realistic things are too offensive. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the graphics
Life
are
is
too good. Now
offensive.
we got to tone down the gore. Huh?
I want to be offended, but I want to be offended in 4K. Damn it!
That might be a Carmen. That might be a follow up to Life is Strange. Life is offensive.
Life is
There you
censored.
go.
It's just like a big black bar
Life
over
is
the
censored,
word.
yeah. Just a black screen.
Life is.
Life is.
All right, it is time for the gams.
Gams? Gams!
Okay, it's game time.
Game time.
It's game
Made
time.
it through all the
It's
news.
game.
I am Carlos.
I
It's
need
game
to
time.
fix that sound pad thing.
All
Yeah.
right, what do we play? What are we playing
Okay.
first? What do we do?
I have no game.
I like first.
Okay. Let's do the new game. Let's debut that one.
Okay,
No game.
where is it? Oh, there we go.
New game.
No game. Checkpoint 3. It's so blur, blur,
What?
blur.
What?
What?
What do
And
you
I
mean
quote.
How are you saying
And I
checkpoint 3?
quote.
What?
I don't know. Maybe that's next. First we quote. Right?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
are you reading?
What are you reading? What is happening?
She saw
Are
checkpoint
you guys
3.
seeing something different than
I
me?
saw
No,
checkpoint 3
I'm
for a
seeing
second.
and I quote, but apparently she saw one of the other images.
I
That's
saw
weird.
checkpoint 3 for like it was blurry for a minute, and then and I quote came up over it.
Weird. It must have
We're
like
good now.
glitched or something. I don't know.
We're quoting.
All right. Okay. Anyway, this game is called "And I Quote." All you have to do is take it in turns to quote something from a machinima or a video game, and then the next person who gets the quote origins gets to make the next quote. So, for example, if I said "snake," someone like Jazz or Carmen or Sean might say Metal Gear Solid, and then that next person who got it right has to do one of their quotes, and then we have to try and guess what that quote is from, right? And then the winner is the person who gets 3 quotes out.
What do you mean out?
So, okay, like I started out with Snake, and then someone gets it, and then so if I say 3 quotes, then I won. The first person to
Because
say
they were
3
because they were guessable.
Oh,
or
because you have to guess what the quote is from.
Yeah.
To say a quote. So basically, if you guess right 3 times, you say 3 quotes, and then you win.
I
Makes sense.
think I'll just go with it because I'm not quite sure. Just tell me if I win.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Since it's my game, I will start. So, fat ass crocodile.
Dino crisis, stupid crisis. Dino
Yes.
stupid crisis.
All right, Jazz. your
Sorry, Dino stupid crisis.
You know.
Dino couldn't get the words.
This is
I
the
don't
other
know.
part.
I don't know. It has to be a machinima.
It can be a video game as well.
No one escapes. No one escapes.
Tom Raider?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Now,
From
Oh.
Tweenies.
you have to quote something.
Fuck.
No sex scenes, Sean.
Ashley.
Why not?
So no Grand Theft Auto 5? What?
Hmm.
I told you no sex scenes. Stop going on.
Damn it. All the ones I want to do are too obvious. Fuck.
Ashley, where the fuck are you?
Yeah. Well, what's that one?
Ooh, which episode?
I wasn't going to do which episode because we're going to
Yeah,
try and
no,
do it a
fuck
bit
that.
easy.
Radio. What's with that radio?
That's Chris from Resident Evil 1.
Nailed it.
All right, Jazz.
No, that is not it.
No, it's Silent Hill.
There you go.
It was Residential Files or Residential. No, whatever. It was. They put that in there as Chris. Can we do movies?
No.
Oh.
No. Wow.
Shit.
Try and think of a quote and then answer what you think is the quote, because then you can just go next one.
I can't get the door open.
What?
Do I have to do the quote like it is in the game? Or
I mean, you
movie?
could try
It
to.
might help.
I can't get the door open.
It sounds like Jody goes to school. I don't know why.
Lee says
Oh.
remake. It's not remake.
Oh,
I can't get the door
Oh,
open.
the residents.
No,
Resident Evil the original.
no. I can't get the door open.
Oh, Code Veronica.
Yeah. Like we say it all the
Right.
time, Alec. I was
Yeah.
looking right at you.
No, I mean, I'm looking at my notes. Do I look like a mouse to you?
Is that Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just guessing.
No.
Remember when in doubt, say Metal Gear.
hmm.
Look at this crap head.
Man Spider, Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically, Jazz has won because she got 3 quotes out.
Yay. Yay. I mean,
Yeah.
yay. But
I
also,
can't get the
yay.
door open, and she doesn't even try the door. By the way.
Carmen, I want you to have a go at this. So
Mm.
game's over, but quote something.
Mine is going to be really dumb.
Go on.
Ha, 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 ha,
Jesus.
ha.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's it.
I thought you were gonna go lick a stove. Or I've been making her randomly laugh this week by going. "Bah."
All right,
Yeah,
so that
that's
was
good. That's a good one.
that's a relatively easy one. So next week we'll try and be a little bit harder. So I just kind of kept it easy so everyone can grasp what it is that we're doing. All right, next game. Jazz, did you have a game?
I do.
You have a game.
But we can do your other game first if you want.
No, you do yours.
I can't.
Well, he's got this
Oh.
one up.
Ah, you do that.
So what?
You,
What?
Fuck.
What?
you
Fuck
do
you.
that.
Fuck
And
you.
then,
Sean, you pick one of the games and then we play.
Okay. We'll
the
do.
next thing that comes up stays up.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Oh.
This is the game.
For
Called-
demon horror.
Bro, do you even horror?
Do you even horror?
Yeah. That's Jesus up there.
Is that the horror in
Listen-
the right corner?
Lee,
and the
I
left
forgot.
corner with the-
Lee talked me into putting a picture of Jesus when I said I needed horror stuff, and I don't remember what the reasoning was. So maybe Lee's gonna explain it to us in the thing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is the game. I've got the rules up on the next one, but this is basically a game where I'm going to bring you guys through a story, as I have been playing and planning too much D&D lately. I'm gonna bring you guys through a game, and in this specific one, these are your rules. You have to kill the final boss. Put the rules back up.
What?
Put the rules back up.
Oh, did it change?
Yeah, you switched it back to the last one.
Down.
What? It's
you
Not on
switched
my
it back to
screen.
Jesus.
We
Yeah,
only
please.
see the horror.
But her, but yeah.
Did you want me to change it? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I need
What-
the rules now.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
It went to the rules, then it went back.
Oh, see, I didn't change anything.
Oh,
What the fuck is
maybe it
going
just
on?
read my mind.
Maybe.
The horror. Steve's done it again.
What is
You-
happening?
You do want this, right?
Yeah. Oh, and these are your characters, by the way. Sean, you
I'm
are
so
Shaunaria.
confused.
You are Shaunaria. Alec, you are Anthrax Man Presents. And
Jack.
Carmen is Carmen Fluenza.
Oh goodness! Where did you got that from? My
Yeah, I went on your Facebooks and I picked a picture. Sean didn't have any like silly pictures, so I just took a regular one. Alec is getting a blowjob from a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And
man spider.
Carmen's using Google because that's the face I picture you doing when you're like, "Can I Google?"
I think I was googling, and that was on one of my birthdays where
There
I
you
was
go.
like out to eat.
So in this game, you're gonna have to kill the final boss that is in this church because you guys are in this weird little city. There are 7 checkpoints.
7.
7. Of course, 7 is the number, right? Where there are hidden items. The items will help you defeat the big boss. You're not gonna see the big boss. This is all like mind. To find the items, you have to name the video game that's being described to you. You have to answer correctly to get the item, which the item will help you win. If you answer wrong, no item for you. You all have to decide on the answer together, and your
What?
survival depends on your answers. Haha.
Haha.
Haha. Basically, you're going to get 7 descriptions of games, and you're going to have to say what the survival horror, whatever game is. And there's a specific item that you get if you get it correct. But you can all work together.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can go to checkpoint 1. Your names and the pictures are just for fun. They don't have anything to do with. Boop, boop, boop. All right, checkpoint 1. So in this game, it takes place in the dark woods. You must find 8 items. You have no weapons, just a flashlight, and you're being watched.
Just a flashlight. Just...
I mean, it's not the forest because
oh,
you don't have the
Enderman?
flashlight.
Oh wait! It's that one where the house is broken into
Slenderman?
that we saw the trailer for.
Slender Man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or I'd like to point out that you have 1 minute per checkpoint.
It would have been nice to know this.
I'm
like 30
starting it now.
seconds ago.
Starting it now.
I'll go with Slenderman because it has man in it.
I'll go with Slender Man only because you guys play more games than I do.
And then
So
we can
you-
blame Sean.
So
Yeah.
your answer is Slenderman?
Yeah.
I'll accept that answer as the game is called Slender, but yeah, that is the game. So the item that you get is a flashlight. Doop.
Yay! Now we can see what's killing us.
Precisely. All right. And then you get to move on to checkpoint 2 and you got your flashlight. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. By the way, I made the map that you see behind you. I was on my map making thing, just having fun. Checkpoint 2.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, in this game, you are an engineer. You're looking for your mother. Your enemy is everywhere, and you must fight with tools. Or you can avoid and outsmart the enemy, but you're alone.
Engineer looking for your
Mother, father.
Friday. Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know.
engineer.
Yeah, I heard my mom was hiding at a pizza place. I'm here to look for her.
I don't know.
Mario?
Oh,
Where is my
wait,
mother?
Your mother, not your bitch. Not your princess.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Can we get another clue?
Oh, this is. You're an engineer. You're looking for your mother. The enemy is everywhere. You can only fight with tools, or you can avoid and outsmart or like hide from the enemy, and you're alone.
Okay, so
You
in
are
what game?
alone.
In what game are you looking for your mother? Mother. Jason Bates. No. Wait, I mean Norman Bates.
Why am I
I got
thinking
Norman
Resident Evil
Bates
Survivor,
mixed
but
up with Jason
not an
Bateman.
engineer?
I got Norman Bates mixed up with Jason Bateman.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Nobody wants to just put a guess out there.
I mean, I guess I'll say Dead Space, but that doesn't make sense.
Is there a game based on the movie Psycho? That's all I got.
I'll give you one hint. One of these, like each line is a different thing. One of these things is reflecting on the title of the game.
What's Remothered about?
Everywhere something. Alone in the dark.
I don't think she was an engineer. I mean, I guess we could say remothered. I don't know.
Hello.
Alone in the dark.
Hello. Hello.
It's either Remothered or the Mothered original.
Remothered.
Yeah,
I've never heard of Remothered.
It's the only possibility that might actually be true.
Redarked.
Oh no, I got it. It's
What?
Alien
Versus Predator. No.
Oh, Alien Isolation?
Yeah.
That makes sense. I
Okay.
agree.
We'll
Yep.
go with that.
All right. You
Lock
guys
it
just
in.
got yourselves 5 shotgun shells.
Yeah.
At the last minute, Alec with the save.
Good job, Alec. Wow.
I was
You are
like, when you
alone.
said about, looking for someone in space, it's like, that would be done. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to put space because I was like, that's going to give it away. Because if you put like engineer and looking for your mother in the same thing, Ripley. Believe it or not. All right. Checkpoint 3. Doop, doop, boop, 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 boop. You guys going to have to find that shotgun though.
Shotgun.
All right. This game is not for indecisive people. It's a friendly reunion turns dark, and you have to find out, who or what the enemy is. The enemy. I can't even do my own thing. Don't make a sound. Don't move. Your decision could kill someone.
Don't make a sound and don't move.
Indecisive people.
Not for indecisive people. It's a friendly reunion turns dark. Find out who or what is the enemy. Do not make a sound. Do not move. And your decision could kill someone. I don't know why, but I'm hearing the song in one of the Pokemon cities with the ghosts. It's just like do 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 do. That's like my thinking song right now.
That's because I said in a really.
No, I was doing it before.
So, if you have to think about your choices. So, Until Dawn, is it going to be that one of like those type of games?
Yeah, I was
Lee
thinking
has an
Man and
idea.
Medan or something, but I don't know.
Lee has an idea, and he's pretty smart.
That's not it.
That's the movie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could say that that's well, I can't even think of the name of it.
Bomberman.
Why can I not think of it? It doesn't matter. It's not that game.
I got nothing. Nothing.
All right, so
What if does the whole game fail if we can't get checkpoint 3?
It does sound like Until Dawn.
I'm kind of happy to go with that because I can't think of another thing other than Man and Madame type of shit.
is that what you're all going with?
Okay, I take that back. Lee is not smart, but he does have encyclopedic knowledge.
So what's the team consensus here?
No clue. No.
Until
frickin'
Dawn.
clue.
Until
Yeah.
Dawn?
Yeah.
Until Dawn.
And Sean, you had said Man and Medan, right? Before?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. It's Until Dawn.
Oh wow.
You
Free
get the
for
item.
free.
The item you get is a Super Soaker water gun. It is empty though.
No.
Oh,
Can we put the shotgun
we
shells
have
in it?
I mean, it'll
No.
if it fits in the tank, but it won't do anything. It'll just rattle around a little bit. All right, next checkpoint.
Bam. Let's do this.
All right. You clear up a bit. You must work with your friends, but also fear them. You have to be quick and be quiet.
Oh,
or you will be hurt.
alone. What do you call it? With the little
Let
buddies.
me finish. Fix what needs fixing and get out fast. And it's pretty easy to get hooked on this game.
Dead by
Among
Daylight.
Us.
Yeah.
Among Us.
Among Us. Meow. Boop, boop, boop.
But it's Among Us.
Among Us is not a horror game.
Yes, it is. It has
No.
horror music.
So,
Dead
what?
by Daylight. We've outranked you.
Okay.
Are you
Dead
joining the
by-
group with Dead by Daylight, or are you sticking with Among Us? It's majority wins, so if they both say Dead by Daylight.
Well, you said it's not a horror game, so I guess like you've.
Not I
I'd
said,
want-
like society says, it's not a horror
The
game.
world.
It's Dead by Daylight. You got
Alright.
it. And the item you get are night vision goggles. Each one of you has a pair.
Yay.
Can I put
Yeah.
shotgun shells in it?
Yeah? Just shoot from your eyes, go, but only at night.
Can you? I would like to know though. Can you acknowledge that aside from the horror theme, that would be the same perfect description?
I mean, yeah, it's one
All
against everybody else, right? All right.
Fuck.
Bobby won't put down the scissors, but try not to panic, because stalkers have a chance of getting you if you panic. You can hide, or you can use traps around you. This game could end in many different ways.
Who is Bobby?
Bobby won't put down the scissors. That's who he is.
Who's Bobby?
Oh, Bob.
Wow.
Bobby. 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 Bobby is in Billy. Oh, that's Billy.
It's Bobby. Bobby Cohen.
Fucking Bobby.
Yeah, damn it, Bobby. Put down those scissors. The skizzers.
Sean, what's that PS2 Capcom game?
Haunting Ground.
Yeah, is that there's that weird ugly guy.
Yeah.
It's like, weird ugly guy. I can't remember if.
Oh, but the game itself would be Haunting Ground. Then you just say Haunting Ground, and it's good.
Yeah,
But there's no Bobby in that.
Okay, I got it. Is there anybody in any games named Robert or something like that?
I'm Robert.
Kendo. Put down the scissors. It's a crossbow, bitch. We might be reading too much into the scissors.
Or the Bobby.
Obscure?
I don't know.
Try not to panic. Stalkers have a chance
Obscure.
of getting you if you panic. You can hide or use traps around you. This game could end in many different ways.
I mean that's.
It's probably going to be something stupid like Resident Evil Resistance or some shit.
Wait, what?
I said horror games, not horrible.
No. Hey, wait, what?
I know for a fact
Wait,
Sean has
I
played
haven't
this
played
game.
Resistance. Actually, I played Revelations.
I haven't played this game. Had to do a
wanna
lot of
say
researching.
Clock Tower, but the Bobby is fucking with me.
If
Bobby.
there's a Robert, then it might be the same thing.
Like everything makes sense to be Clock Tower except for Bobby, but I could just not be remembering something.
I mean, I'm happy to go with Clock Tower.
Yeah, I'll say Clock Tower. I can't think of anything else.
I'll go with the guys.
All right.
Tower of Clocks.
So the game is Clock Tower. Bobby
Yeah.
I've done it. Who the
Bobby
fuck is
Barrows is the name of Scissorman, the stalker who chases you. And if the game can go into panic mode, where you can trip and fall down and whatever.
Is that 5 for 5?
Yeah, so far 5 for 5. You guys get the shotgun.
Five by
Yay!
5.
See how quickly I can make a whole D&D campaign.
5 by 5.
Checkpoint 6.
5 by 5. That's faith.
5 by 5.
Mhm.
There we
That
go.
makes
It's faith from Buffy.
25.
I'm 5
All right,
by 5.
checkpoint 6. Wow, what a mansion. No, not that one. You have no weapons, and hopefully you're good at puzzles. Say cheese.
Fatal
Luigi's
Frame?
Haunted Mansion. Or whatever it's called.
So it'll be Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah, whatever. Luigi's Mansion.
That's not a horror game.
Yeah, I thought we established no horrible games.
I mean, is that correct?
It's been such a long time since I played Luigi's Mansion. I suppose there's puzzles in it.
I feel like that's Fatal Frame.
Oh! Yeah, I go with Sean. Wait, is there a
Right.
mansion in Fatal Frame?
That's the only thing I'm not sure on. Everything else makes sense.
I mean, say cheese.
Yeah,
Say cheese.
yeah.
Can I have some cheese?
Mickey
Come on,
Mouse,
Jerry.
the game.
You got any
The Mickey Mouse
cheese?
Mansion.
Go with Fatal Frame.
Mickey Mouse's what?
You going with
Mickey had a
Fatal Frame?
mansion? Fatal Frame.
Mhm.
It's funny that Carmen said Luigi's Mansion
Oh,
Because
because
is
it's
that
Fatal
correct?
Frame.
6 for
I
6.
wrote Final Frame for some fucking reason.
Final
I
Frame.
don't know what I was thinking of, but
Fatal Frame.
you have
the
obtained
Final
three
Frame.
flares is what you
Yeah.
found in this one.
Let's put the flares in the shotgun and the
No.
shotgun shells in the binoculars.
And then
They're
put
they're
the
night
water
vision
pistol into
goggles.
the flashlight so that stops working.
All right, and you're reaching your last checkpoint. You guys are doing pretty good here. You guys, bro, you guys even horror.
7.
All right, checkpoint 7. Small towns are not always quiet. There's something dark here. Someone did your work for you, but you have to find it. Don't sleep.
Oh,
7.
silent. Silent. Loud Hill. No.
That's Shayla.
Why am I thinking Silent Hill 4? Because, like, Henry falls asleep and then Walter Sullivan kills, like, majority of the people. And it's a small
Okay.
town. Silent Hill 4.
Yeah. So, because spoiler or something. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Sean?
I don't think that's it.
Someone did your work for you, but you had to find it.
I guess we'll go with Silent Hill 4. I don't think that's it though.
I think we'll survive. 6 out of 7. 7.
7. I wanted all 7.
Is that what you're going with?
I can't think what that would be. Someone did your work for you? What the fuck?
Yeah, someone did your work for you.
But you have to find it?
Yeah, I'm going to keep to Silent Hill 4.
I actually think that this is probably like the best of all of them. Now that I like rethinking about all of them, I'm like, yeah.
I'm sticking with this Silent Hill 4. I have
Oh.
no idea, but what? What? You got something, Sean?
Maybe Alan Wake.
All right. What happens to Alan Wake?
God, it's been a long time, but
Comrade.
because I know he's like finding the pages of his book. I don't remember if he wrote it. Like it could have been written, and he's finding the pages. It's a small town. It's not quiet because there's monsters. There's
Is he
something
allowed to
dark there
sleep?
because all the monsters are covered in darkness.
Does something happen to him if he sleeps?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember. Let's just do Silent Hill.
It's probably
It's been too
Alan.
long.
Yeah.
Has-
So what's the final answer?
Wait, can you sleep in Silent Hill 4?
It's like every time in Silent Hill, you complete a little kind of mini world, and then you fall asleep, and then
And
you're
then it
back in
puts
your
you to
apartment, and then you go into
5,
a different world.
4, 3,
Alan Wake.
Alan
Two.
Wake.
1.
Then we can blame Sean.
What?
What's Sean?
Yeah, Alan Wake, I guess.
You know, you guys were on such a good streak.
Silent Hill 4?
It was Alan Wake.
I fucking knew it. Knew
Alec, you changed your
Alec
mind at the
Wake.
last second. I'm like, yeah, you wake up and all your book is written. You have to find the pages of the manuscript everywhere. Don't sleep was a hint towards his name, just like the first hint. And yeah, you guys got a full gas can. And with these 4 items, you can now go into the church where you are able to use the super soaker, fill it with gas, soak the monster, which is a shadow monster. You can only see it with night vision goggles. Congrats. And then you are able to shoot it 3 times, well, light it on fire with the flares, shoot it 3 times with the shotgun, and there you go.
Foosh.
Good job, everybody. We've done it.
Each item was related. You wouldn't have been able to kill it if you hadn't burned it first.
So if we missed one thing, we would have failed.
It depends on what you miss.
And
The
it's
flashlight was
specific
pretty
something?
useless, but if you had missed the night vision goggles but gotten the flashlight, one of you would have been able to look at it.
Well, I'm glad I got the shotgun, so then I can shoot the other 2 survivors and go.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 shells extra, so
Exactly.
yeah, and that
How dare
was
you?
Bro, do you even horror? You guys,
Do
you
you
guys,
even horror?
you guys,
Apparently we
even
do.
Horror.
You guys even
Apparently,
horror.
I don't horror enough.
You got to horror more.
Yeah,
Among
Horror
Us is
more.
not
I gotta
horror.
Put myself
but
out
this
there.
this is also helping you see what you're missing in horror when you're not playing these games.
Ooh.
And me too, because I've never played Clock Tower.
All right. I think this will. Yeah. So fucking NBCs.
It's a good
Tell me.
transition.
All right,
Yeah.
so yeah, fucking NPCs.
I don't know who these fuckers are.
So tell me who the character is, what game they're from, and what the background game is being used for these motherfuckers.
This stuff is ancient.
Background in C looks like
Ancient.
Halo.
Ancient.
It looks too cartoony to be Halo.
Actually, B looks like Halo as well.
They're all Halo.
Yeah, A is that library in Halo.
The
The-
background for A is Castlevania.
Background for C could be Halo. I don't know. It feels Halo-ish. What's on fire in the background? In the background of the background.
The background
C.
for B looks like Lost Planet.
Or
The,
World of
the
Warcraft.
fucking background for C looks like goddamn Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh!
So background for C is Fortnite. Background for B is totally World of Warcraft.
All right. So the background for A is Castlevania Symphony of Night. Background for B is Lost Planet. But you haven't got the right one for character C.
That's
background.
not Fortnite?
That's not Fortnite.
Is it Halo?
It's not Halo.
Is it that Ruby game?
And it's not Ruby.
Is it Phoenix Rising?
No, it's not.
I was thinking that too a little bit.
Is it Ratchet and Clank? I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there now.
It's
Is
a
it
game.
Jackal? Jackal. It's a Jackal.
It's a game based on a very popular anime.
Persona 5? I don't know.
No.
Is it cake?
No.
Is
What?
it Final Fantasy? No.
No.
The anime came after.
One
Is it
Piece?
No.
what is that fucking
Naruto. Sorry.
No.
it's not dot hack, but it's it's a game, like a video game that you go into.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online.
No.
Oh.
I fuck that background.
Yeah. Well,
He
he's
is
right. It's
from
Murphy.
Resident Evil
It's
3.
Murphy
I
from
don't
Nemesis.
Murphy. Yeah. Thank you. Why do you know that and I
Yeah.
don't?
Because I read what Lee said, but I knew it was from
Oh,
Mario 3.
wow.
I just didn't know his name till I saw what Lee said.
B is Murphy Seeker from Resident Evil 3.
Also,
OG.
fuck you.
C is the dude from that game. Life is Strange.
He is Norman Reedus.
I don't remember
my
his
fucking
name.
beans, Max! My fucking beans!
Frank.
Frank,
I don't
yeah.
know. He looks like a fucking douche.
And I've
Frank.
seen that character in A, but I don't know what the fuck that
He
is.
looks like Norman Reedus, the guy
Lee
in C.
says Paper Mario, but I don't know.
I love Frank from Life is Strange. He's so funny.
So C character is Frank Bowers from Life is Strange. Well done. And character A is from Super Paper Mario, but what's its name?
Jester.
Galaxy. I don't know.
Purple
Fuck-o.
gold diamond thing.
Schnibbly boop.
I think you have to be more demented
Sunshine.
to that.
That's a Dementor.
Oh,
Damon.
right. Close enough. It's Dimento.
Diamond.
Oh, I can see that, Lee.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it
Son
is.
of a bitch.
The background is from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Good job, Lee.
My fucking beans, Max.
My
Here's my
brains.
fucking beans.
Oh.
His dog's name is Pompadour.
All right, should we what's Sean come up with?
Okay,
Okay, we're doing that.
It was the first.
Sean, you
What?
read it because it's small text for me and I haven't got it written
I
down.
don't know how to read. The aim of the
Jasper
game
says-
is to come up with an answer that you think is the best answer and would be shared by the other participants in order to earn a point. Those
Okay.
with an answer that is the same gain a point, whereas participants with different answers do not score anything. The players with the most points after 7 questions is/are the winners.
is R.
So, question number 1. What was the first Pokemon game that you played? Well, it's easy for me.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
None.
You haven't played a Pokemon game?
Not a single one. Oh, wait. That's a lie. I have played one, actually. I played Pokemon Stadium.
I
I
played
have
Blue.
2 copies of that for some
I
reason.
think.
What the fuck?
I played Pokemon Blue.
Blue. I was gonna show you, but red. But
I
that
want-
my sister had red. I played blue first.
I
and
wanted
installers.
red, but I got blue.
I got that
Why?
one I got that one at a thrift store.
Because it's red.
What?
See, I wanted blue because I liked. I don't know. There were the Pokemon in it that I liked more, but we each got one at the same time, and apparently she got red.
Can
But
you
I-
do
I
that?
prefer
Red
fire.
/ blue? I mean, I guess it is technically the same game.
No.
It's the same fucking game.
Okay, well, he said blue. Then we each get a point.
Yeah.
So
you get
you
nothing.
Mark it down.
fuck you guys.
Okay.
I even had a Hey You Pikachu when I was a kid.
Yeah, speaking of which, Sean, have you got a Nintendo 64 set up so we can play Hey You Pikachu?
No, my life has been falling apart.
God
Oh,
damn it, Sean.
It's on
Yeah, I
my
wonder
to-do
why.
list.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant like
I
the
actually wonder
Pikachu
why.
Go, like the little yellow one, and like every step you take, it like keeps count, and he walks with you, and you can play. It's like a Tamagotchi, but it's Pikachu.
I've got the
Pokemon
system and the Pokemon game and the microphone all together, ready to go. I just need to sort out my PC situation, get
Sort
my
your crap
capture
out.
card to fucking work, and then I'm gonna.
Good.
All right.
Right.
Question number 2. Have you played a video game version of Monopoly?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I have one,
I've played several.
I have not played it. I have one.
Well,
that
then
count?
Carmen doesn't get a point because you haven't actually played it.
But I have it.
That was
You
the
can have
question you
it.
played. Lee gets a point too.
Yeah.
Okay, what if I download it right now while we're playing?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
Because we're moving on to question 3.
Google
Question
it.
3. What do you think is the worst type of game to base a machinima on?
Resident Evil 4. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. Village. Flight Simulator.
Tetris.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. Actually, no, that could be good.
The worst type of game? Racing.
Tetris. Puzzle.
One-
Like puzzle like Jules.
Tetris.
Exactly, that's what I said.
How dare you?
So
I
we
made that
win.
work.
Yeah, they're all yelling at each other because they're crushing each other.
Ding, ding, ding,
I'm
ding,
saying
ding,
racing, honestly, because a racing game machinima would be just the worst. It's just someone in a
It
car
might
for like
be
the whole
good.
thing. Episode 2, does he crash? Nope, it just goes in circles.
Hey, it could be like an adult Cars from Disney, like Disney Cars, but like adult.
I don't know. I'm going to say real-time strategy.
I was gonna say something with like fucking dialogue fucking everywhere, like and like online usernames above the character, like
Oh, like Umbrella Corps?
yeah.
Yeah, that fucking would suck.
Yeah, what a nightmare
that
that'd be.
would be a goddamn piece of crap.
Oh, dang.
I don't care.
Goddamn
Stick
little
with my
piece of
Tetris.
shit.
I'm sticking with my Tetris and puzzle type games because I am correct.
At least
Pokemon
it's
Blue.
sports simulation games like FIFA. I don't know. Some of those have story modes that I've actually
Yeah.
considered using.
Yeah, like I
Mm.
get a lot of concussions and NHL.
All right, question 4. Name the worst film based on a video game you have watched in full.
Oh.
That's hard.
Is it?
Wait, but I had to have watched it in full.
Apocalypse, Extinction,
I'm
Afterlife.
gonna have to say House of the Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's so bad. It's hilarious.
I know, but it's
Mario Brothers.
it's fucking terrible.
Trash.
It's the
I like when you see the
worst.
shotgun. It's actually the game footage.
I was actually
I
thinking
have-
about
I
that
have
the other
both of
day.
them.
It's so bad.
I have both of those. Getting Blood Rain.
I almost said
Mario
Blood Rain. Those are
World.
terrible.
No, sorry. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's like, why, when the characters are just about to die, they do the spinning
Yeah.
around the fucking. It's like, what was the point of that?
Honestly, I enjoy Blood Rain, but I'm not just agreeing for a point. I'm just saying, like, my first thought was definitely Extinction because Afterlife
Extinction?
or Apocalypse was really funny because the dialogue was so bad and the acting was terrible that it was funny.
Which one was the third
The
one?
one that Lee just said, the third one, that's Extinction. And that one, like, it had freaking Ali Larder as Claire. It had fucking crows just attacking everybody. Like it was just trash. And they like Carlos smoking weed before dying. I don't know. There was
Is
something
that
about
the one where the dude slam dunked the plane?
No, that's Afterlife.
Okay.
That's the fourth one. That one was
Jesus
also like it
Christ.
was so funny to watch. But 3 was just frustrating because it was just like
So-
the whole thing in a desert. That's the one where Ian Glenn turns into a fucking Bandersnatch.
What the hell was that? Why did they do that?
What is Alice like? Alice shuts down for a whole 10 minutes. I'm like, she probably just had to take a break, so they just shut her down. She's like, oh, okay, I'm a robot now. And what is the fuck? It was the scene, the line that Alice we joked about it when you did your game, Sean.
We're
was-
all going to die down here.
No, she's like I might be. She says like the whole like you're one of Umbrella's failures or something like that. Like she says the dumbest line. I can't remember, but yeah, what Lee said is W.S. Anderson's movie.
I just have to ask quickly, why did none of us say Welcome to Raccoon City?
Because I haven't seen it
Oh,
and I
there's
want to.
there's
I've
way worse.
seen it, but there's worse. And
That movie's dog shit, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst video game movie by a long miles.
Sorry,
I-
can we just bring back Mortal Kombat?
2?
Mother, you're still alive. Too bad you will die. There's a
Master
lot.
class.
Oh, God.
All right. Question 5. Which do you prefer, PlayStation Vita or Nintendo 3DS?
So I only have a 3DS, so I'm going to say 3DS.
I've never played either, but I'd vote for Vita because it's basically a PSP.
I played more 3DS, I think, but I think I prefer the Vita.
I'm going to go with Vita because you could, count your trophies and, platinums towards it.
Yeah, it's nice that it links to your PlayStation account and all that good shit with the trophies. Plus, the games look really good, and it's a good little system.
But speaking of 3D of Link, 3DS allows me to play Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. And also, it brought us Revelations. And also, that
True.
amazing multiplayer Mercenaries game that we hate. Nobody talks about ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whip-a-doo.
Question 6. Out of 10, how would you score the 1998 Metal Gear Solid in 2023?
What?
So, considering that I've played it like 2 years ago for the first time ever, just good story, not fun to play, really hard to see, and complicated controls. I would give it a 4.
Damn.
But the story, I would get it about an 8.
I'd give it
Only because I almost broke my friggin' wrist trying to, when you're getting electrocuted.
Ah, yeah.
I give it
And I told Alec about
7.
it many times.
Guess who has not played it? But I would still give it a 7 because
Who could that be?
I would give it a 7 because, from what I remember having seen other people play, it was amazing. And it's just one of those things where, it's kind of on par with Final Fantasy VII, where it's just like a blocky ass mess now. Compared to today's graphics, you can't hardly, but all the structure is there.
And I think what Lee said is true. It hasn't aged well in terms of control, but not a lot of games have.
I would just say it is still better than Twin Snakes.
How dare you? I like that stupid game.
I like that stupid game.
All right. Question 7. 7. What is a deal breaker when it comes to playing games?
Female protagonist with a
Oh,
bow
I
and
got
red
it.
hair.
No, I got it.
Crafting shit.
Well, wait, I got it.
Sports.
Microtransactions.
No. Well, yeah, sports, but also when the what do you call it? The learning curve is not the learning curve, but when it's too frustrating to play, when you just die,
No more battle royale. No more battle royale.
No, when you die right out of the gate, and it's when the frustration level is high.
Loot boxes.
Games as a service.
Microtransactions. No, I'm sticking with it has to have a good story. No. Okay.
But
I know my
because Tetris
answer for
doesn't have a story.
sure is character creation. If you allow me to be either gender that I choose and change, have a lot of available choices for, it has to have character creation. If you force me to be a specific character with a name, it's harder for me to like the game.
Yeah.
But you love the shit out of Aloy, and you love the shit out of certain.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more online games. If a game comes out that we can all play together.
Okay.
I would not have loved Elder Scrolls Online if I was stuck being the one guy or one person.
Yeah, I
So
agree
lack
with
of character
Lee
creation is your
100%
answer?
because that encompasses games as a service as well, but
Mhm.
also single player games that will fucking not work because they can't connect to the internet because those exist too. So online only 100%.
Yeah.
I don't
I
even
can
want
agree
to
with
touch
that.
that shit.
I don't know how many times Sean is like, "Hey, are you gonna play this game?" I'm like, "Does it allow me to make my own character, and you're like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. That's actually Shayla. Like when I told her I was thinking of trying Saints Row 3 because it was free, she was like, "You're gonna love that game. You can make your own character." I'm like, oh, okay, cool, sold.
All right, let's read your comments really quickly.
Okay.
Reach out a little.
Oh.
Why does it point downwards?
Read your comments. WC207 text.
All right, so the first comment is from Leon Kennedy Lover 4.
Sean, is that
What?
you?
You
And
found me
it's
out.
You're the
It's from the
people.
Residents Reunion Halloween Spectacular.
Reunion.
Please do one for Resident Evil 6. This was hilarious. So question 1. With Duel Season 2 being focused on Resident Evil 5, would Duel Season 3 be on Resident Evil 6 original or the remake of Resident Evil 6? Because by the time that happens, it would be remade.
How dare you? You don't know that.
So far.
No, I would do the originals first. So yeah, the plan is season
Why should
2
the
will
first one
be
first?
RE5, and then season 3 will be 6, and so on. And then I'll do something with the remake. I don't think they're gonna remake 6. I still think it's debatable that they're gonna remake 5. We'll see.
All right. Well, question 2. Would Duel Season 4 be on Resident Evil 4 remake?
I don't know how I'm gonna do. No, no. The short answer is no. I'm gonna find a way to tie those together more. I don't know if it'll be a spin-off or if I'll integrate it somehow into the remake. I'm still kind of playing around with how I'm gonna make that work, but it won't be like a season 4 or 5. It'll either be part of season 1 or it'll be like a side thing, like a spin-off
Side
or
quest.
side quest.
That's the DLC.
Yeah, it'll be the DLC for season 1.
Why do I picture like every time Leon threw a smoke bomb, it's like, and then he like went forward, it's like in a different universe he's doing this. I'm like, the fuck? Okay, question 3. Any plans on Resident Evil 6? Any of you guys, have any of you done anything for Resident Evil 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
You need to play it.
I need to play 5 first, but in order to play 5, I had to play Revelations and Revelations 2.
You kind of don't really have to.
Nope.
All right.
No, because I played like 10 minutes of 5 and 5 was poop, so I need like motivation to play 5.
Next comment is from Psychonic Hex. Is that Shattered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho Nick X.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
he changes his fucking name like it's like
Yeah.
formerly known as Prince or something. All right. So comment is, can't wait to see it, mate, but don't you have Resident Evil 4 and Dead Rising on the back burner? So question 4, is Dead Rising still on the back burner?
Mega Man.
It's not on the front burner.
It's in the middle burner. It's half on the burner and half off. It's like wobbling. And half of
gonna
it's
fall
getting
on the
burnt
floor.
and the other half isn't even
No.
being touched.
I hate when that happens.
Like it's half raw and half burnt. No.
I really want to keep that one going though. I really like that machinima.
All right. Question 5, what else is on the back burner for you guys? Or you guys can
Jesus
answer.
Christ, I have a file filled with shit.
I have a computer that just has so many started projects. I have a lot of things like in the works, but right now I'm starting a back burner of short machinimas, so it takes me less time to make them, and then we can have a backlog.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanna
kind of my
start
plan too. I
Music
want to
videos. after-
balance things out, do like shorter, quicker ones, and
Yeah.
also the series.
Series is
But yeah, if
I
I go to
wanna
my
start making
project,
music videos.
my project folder right now is at 100, and I'm still organizing things.
Jesus.
Yeah, I have a lot.
I
I have a
mean,
lot.
for me, my priority is Dino Super Crisis and Metal Gear, but I also still want to do Fisting Force and Drunk Hitman.
Drunk it. Oh wow! Speaking of online-only games, Hitman, garbage.
Drunk Hitman.
I really wanted to play those games, but I refused to because they're fucking online only.
Yeah. All right. Let's read your comments. Well done, people.
We've done it. This was a long one, but we made it through. Everybody, good job.
Same.
Let me remember how to podcast.
Okay.
This has been
Where the fuck?
Episode 207.
7.
There we go. I had to cue up
Toe.
the video. Calm your tits. God.
They're
All right.
calm.
What? Wow. This has been
A
episode
mistake.
207. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at The Word, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us through patreon.com/thewordproductions to get exclusive content or buy merchandise like t-shirts, hats, and more on our website, the-word.com/shop. When it comes back up, it's still down. I'm sorry about that. I'll fix it. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye.
Bam, bam.